Hey, what's going up? This is Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike. I'm doing a kind of impromptu live, with no real plans. Um, I did want to talk about a couple things, but one specifically, I just watched a very interesting video from my boy Nauman, comic bookworm, and it was all about hashtags and how to use hashtags and I watched the video and I was just wondering like where the video was going and stuff like that. But um, so I kind of want to really talk about like some of the things that I've learned since I've started, YouTube. I mean, I'm almost coming up on a year. Um, and I would say I've learned quite a bit. And there are a lot of stuff that's like some weird stuff like misconceptions and stuff like that. But first off, let me say hi to everybody who showed up. I got neighbor to the north. What's up, Brad? I got Mr. Johnny Funko. What's up, Johnny? I got Travis here at Station Travis. Um, and that's who I got right now. I got these three people, which is nice. I didn't know if anybody was hop on. I can go ahead and throw the link. But for the most part, I kind of want to talk on subject because I was listening to comic bookworm, and he was talking about the hashtags, and he's kind of right, but then not so much. No obligations to anybody. I mean, if you can't hop on, that's fine. But hashtags in your descriptions, they're like super important. And for reasons that, like, for instance, Naman, he was referencing them for different reasons. Now he was using hashtags to find his channel, which in all my channels, all my videos, you'll find the hashtag at the top, Evil's Comics. But I do that for another reason. It's not to track my channel. I do that for search engines. That's what you should be using the hashtags in. I think you are allowed 15 hashtags in every description. You should be using every hashtag you can think of, in those videos to, get your channel out, in other fields. What's up, Phil? Phil, most of this, and if y'all know this isn't the only thing I'm gonna be talking about. I'm just gonna be talking about like random stuff and anything anybody wants to talk about. Um, but the hashtag thing is important thing. You shouldn't be using hashtags to track your channel or like to see what other channels are talking about you. That's kind of weird. What's up, Dave? What's up, Dave? Um, it's a good way to do giveaways to an extent. If you use like a very detailed hashtag, you can use them in giveaways, but that's not how you want to track like your channel progress. You should honestly be using your algorithm. Like yes, and Phil's exactly right. The first three hashtags you use are the ones that show up. Unless in my case, if you use a location thing, I always put Houston, Texas, that location thing shows up at the top. So when you look at my description, the hashtags are usually there. In that case, it doesn't matter. They all pop up the same. But you're allowed 15 different hashtags. Those hashtags, that's how people find you in the wild, like in the real world. Like say, let's just give you an example. But we're all into comics, right? But say I was for some reason into Marvels, and for some reason I got on YouTube and I wanted to find other Marvel like YouTube, people. Well, how would I search that, right? Well, I'd probably search Marvels or Marvel collectors, right? Like, well, you wouldn't go. No one goes on YouTube like and they search with a hashtag. No one, and not in my life. No one speaks with hashtags to begin with. Like hashtag marbles. Yeah, that's right. Lost all my marbles. But um, so you want to use the hashtags to reference anything you're talking about in your videos. If you're talking about comics, hashtag comics, new comics, hashtag new comics, hashtag goats. Yeah, I mean, that's what you should be using the hashtags. You should be using the hashtags to get other people, not your subscribers. They're for like random people. Because anytime anybody searches using anything that you put in the hashtag, like if I put hashtag goat, if I search like the movie with the goat in it, guess what's gonna pop up? The hashtag goat. Um, so you should use as many hashtags as you can, like, and you know, the hashtags in the comments, that's, if you haven't noticed, that's why your comments will be deleted. That's the algorithm, and it has nothing to do with like somebody sitting at YouTube like reading everything we say kind of stuff, you know, right? Hashtag hash browns. Um hashish, that's in all my videos. But see, now you got me a lot lost on track. But you want to use the hashtags, just, you know, for, you know, for people to really like. I mean, if I went on, I go on. I mean, who doesn't? You know, I go on YouTube and I'll search something. You know, like I'm trying to think of like a general basis that I might search besides, like, because I do a lot of like top 10 list, or like when I'm just curious about something. But like, you know, say something that's outside of the realm of comics. Like the other day, I looked up how to fix something, and I used specific terms to look that up. I mean, that's how like YouTube pointed me in the right direction. And I'll tell you what, the first couple of channels weren't like 1,000 sub channels. That has nothing to do with it. It's just, you know, it's whatever you put in the search bar is what the Google algorithm is gonna link your search up with. So don't think that the hashtags are like, you know, don't use them to keep track of your channel. I put Evil's Comics in all my videos for one reason, and that's not so I can keep track of my channel. I know what my channel is. That's what the YouTube creator is for. I could go pull up the YouTube creator, bam, it's all right there. Like, no, you want to use the hat. I put Evil's Comics in my hashtag. If I meet anybody in the wild, they're like, "Well, how do I find your channel?" Just type in Evil's channels, and guess what? If you type in Evil's channel, it's the first, you'll see like 419, and every single one of them's me. Um, but it's the same thing with like hashtag beanbags. Go type that in and see what pops up. The hashtag grow together, I use that in everything, but it's more like an affiliate. It's more like I'm a part of the cause kind of thing. Because if you go like, and Naaman did this during his video, he typed in, you know, hashtag grow together. And what came up had nothing to do with the comic community, because we're not the only ones that use that hashtag. Like, you know, I mean, you have to imagine every hashtag that's out there that's not so far, you know, out in the wild. Like, I mean, that's why like hashtag beanbag, there's only so many you know, out there using that hashtag. But like grow together, I mean, the first couple things you pull up, it's all going to be like news and stuff on like poverty and all kind of stuff. It's nothing related to comic books. I think like you'd have to scroll like 4 or 5 pages down before you even find like anything related to comic book, and that's if you get lucky. But that's not, no one searches using hashtags. Like, and if you do, you're using the search bar wrong. You should just be typing in words like normal folks. I don't know. But I mean, I just watched that video, and I mean, it's a lot to like try and tell somebody. But I mean, I know that was one of the things that I learned, was how to use the hashtags, and like specifically in the comments, because if you put them in the comments, Google's gonna flag them, and that's why like you'll end up getting your comments late. I mean, that was the thing that took me a long time to figure out, and I think Tylox was the one that finally, because he kept putting hashtags in his comments, and every single one get flagged by YouTube's like, you know, Google Meter or whatever, right? And use the new language where you just speak in emojis. That's why I was trying to get him to speak in the, you know, well, you can't really do that in the chat, right? You can't really sing in Mongolian, but that would be dope if we could. I'm waiting for that, man, so we could put voice chat or GIFs in the YouTube. Like, how cool would be, you know, if you could answer me with GIFs, like instead of just typing and stuff, or you know, responding with sound, like "shut up, Mike." I don't know. But I mean, that's one thing that I learned, is how to use hashtags, and it doesn't just apply on YouTube. It applies to Facebook, it applies to TikTok, it applies to IG. There is a right place and wrong place to use hashtags, but they're not necessarily going to like super fault you for it in the comments. They still go through, but they get flagged, and it goes into like another box for days until YouTube can figure out why you threw hashtags in the comments. No, but that's like on IG, you know, that in IG, it's like the backwards. Like they tell creators, like, and IG specifically tells you that to use hashtag in the comments, and that helps their search engine, you know, find stuff in your stuff. Um, and there's some people that are like super on board. I mean, if you ever were like Sith Lordley, and shout out to Sith, but his IG is like the ideal way you want all your posts to look at, because it has all these different tags, it has all these different hashtags, and I mean the outreach is amazing. If your goal is to get more followers, regardless of your hobby, your passion, or something like that, I mean, there are certain things that you need to do on an easy level, like simple stuff, like putting the hashtags, and who cares about the hashtags that you can see at the top? That's not about it. No one goes to a video and like clicks on a hashtag above a video. No, most people don't even click on the description. Uh, I mean, honestly, in the chat right now, who's searching using hashtags? I mean, give me a hands up. Like when you go on YouTube, do you type in a hashtag first? Have you ever gone to IG and typed in a hashtag? I mean, me myself, and I'm not just saying this in a very flat way. I have never searched using a hashtag. But I use hashtags, but that's the same thing at the @ symbol when you're tagging someone on IG, because there was a long, I mean, I still believe I'm fresh on IG, and they're still changing the way they're adding things and taking things away that were there. So I mean, it's still like it's always going to be a learning curve, but I think that's all medium, like social media platforms, because they're always updating, changing things, updating, qualities, stuff like that. Right? Hashtag big booties, people doing that. I'm just typing in big booties, I'm not using the hashtag. Um, but no, seriously, I mean, there's like really easy ways, like, I mean, we all talk about the community and stuff, but like, I mean, like I learned a lot of the stuff that I use today from Dank Comics all the way like almost a year ago. And people were like, well, how does your channel grow, and blah blah blah, and how from like, I mean, when I look, and I'm not trying to say that my channel is like, whoa, out there. It's not. Like, I mean, look at, Sleeping, and, people that really like blew up. I mean, but in my format, the way I've been doing, just doing reviews and like doing the same thing that everybody else is going, I feel like I'm on a spectacular track and stuff like that. But I haven't done a lot of the things that a lot of I haven't done a lot of gimmicks. It's just been pretty much my reviews, me in front of a camera. That's kind of what my whole channel has been based on, was to see. That was my beginning experiment, was to see if I could do this on my phone with no internet, no PC, blah blah blah. And still a year later, I still have not upgraded, yet. Um, um, Yes, they do. They do stuff. But it's not something you physically type in. It's for that algorithm or search thing. Honestly, if you do not know, what's up, Circum? Marcus, if you do not know how to use like the YouTube creator, if you've not played with it, because you can't break it. I mean, you're not gonna fuck with. I mean, you can always reset it. No, seriously. But if you have not messed with the YouTube algorithm, like and that's the actual algorithm, and it shows you in there, like if you have gone into the YouTube creator and looked at some of the different creator stats, like you can physically see who's talking about you. Like anytime that someone said your name in physical live, it'll pop that up. I mean, that's how I actually met like two or three other channels that aren't even in the comic book world, that has somehow stumbled upon me and found out about comics or whatever, and they fell in love with me because of my channel, but they had never been subscribed to a comic book channel. And the way I found them out was, on the YouTube creator app. I just, and I don't do it that often anymore. I used to all the time, but I used to, I mean, but you can go on there and you can see who all like, um, pops it up. Yeah, that's why I can say my name. My name is Mike. I mean, how many Mikes you know? I know I'll be it. I can give you my first and last name. Look right here, Michael Moore. Find me. You won't. My name is like, I mean, just in Houston alone, just to give you like a reference of how hard it is to find. You got to know like my personal stuff. You got to know like the information about me to find me, kind of thing. Um, no, but um, no. On a serious note, like Marcus Turner. I like Marcus Turner. There's some good names though. There's a lot of names we don't know, but I mean, but no, no, seriously, like the hashtags, like they you should be dropping them in every video and anything that you can think that would draw people in. It has nothing to do with what you say. It's what you're going to use to get people there. It's almost like it's the snake oil guy. Like, hey, I got your stuff over here. That those hashtags just bring people to your channel related to search words that they use. That's all it does. So like, and like I said, I think you're able to put the 15, the hashtags that went in there, but that you should be using every single one of those hashtags in every single video, depending on what kind of people you want to see your channel. If you're one of those people that just want the world, and then put very, yeah, like that, right there. Bro, go look at okay, I can give you some examples on how I'm not like failing you or something, but you go look at more my more popular videos, and most have like I'd say 20 to 40, and then some get in the 100. But if you go look at the different hashtags I've used in those videos, it kind of makes a difference. Like, and they are hashtags like sexy ladies or like stuff like that. Hashtag Butterball. I haven't used that one yet, but I plan to now. Um, but no, seriously, like, I mean, that's one basic item that you should be using in every video that you do, even if you don't do it originally. Remember, you can go back and edit your videos, and you can add stuff in the description. Like, I hate going back weeks and weeks and week and watching someone's live stream, and they did a live with the panel of people, and none of the panel's description stuff is up there. Like, for one, it's kind of pathetic. Two, I mean, it's very simple to do. Like, I mean, like I will tell you that people do use the links in your descriptions, like as far as like, hey, what's up, shop? As far as like, linking to Kickstarters, linking to other IG accounts, linking to I've had all kind of people, tell, hey, Evil Mike sent me this way or something like that, or I've actually gotten pictures of people, going to a Kickstarter and them putting in my name or something like that. And I don't do it too often. I'm not the Kickstarter guy. Um, but no, like that's one basic way you can help to improve every video is just hashtags. And it's not a guarantee, and that's everything. And I'm not trying to, it's not a tip that's going to help your channel like blow out of proportion, but it's a chance that, because right now, and I think everybody will agree with me, but most everybody watching, like, and even in the chat right now, are all YouTube creators or IG creators. We're all kind of in the community right now. So I mean, like the idea goal would be to get outside viewers, right? We're always trying to get like but people. We're trying to engage in new ears, new eyes, kind of thing, new perspectives and stuff like that. So it's always that's another way to get completely different viewership, from different audience kind of thing, if so desired, because sometimes depending on the video, you might not want other people looking at the videos and stuff. It might just be a comic centric video or something like that. But I mean, it's the same thing on IG. And if you haven't noticed, on IG already does that for you. IG doesn't show you your friends stuff. It kind of cycles through a whole bunch of people you don't look at on a daily basis, and they do that, like they do it based on your likes, but it works the opposite way, where they kind of show you the opposite stuff that you normally look at. Like they'll go off your follow base and they'll go off your likes and search, but like it kind of does the opposite, where like if I haven't, say for instance, checked out Travis in like a week or something, all of a sudden all his stuff is going to pop up on my feed. And that's kind of how I actually prefer how IG works. I think that's inventive. Like, and it keeps you fresh with like, because I mean, especially after you get so big and you get so many followers, it gets, I mean, it gets hard to keep track of everything. YouTube enthusiast. I mean, I don't know what else we're supposed to be called. I don't know what I mean, before I had heard YouTube creator, I don't know if that was the general like term I liked or whatever. I don't know. Like blogger, I think I've heard some people. I don't like blogger or vlogger, or that just feels like I'm not making a video diary. I think that's a vlogger. I don't know. Right. You can create, therefore you are. So let's see, what other things can I think? Because the hashtag is a big thing, and I think a lot of people are confused about it. Like, that the hashtag, like, I mean, because the hashtag thing, you can, like, I mean, if you go type in the hashtag, like, it will link up to a whole bunch of other channels. Like, for instance, the hashtag Grow Together. But like, I mean, for one, if you pull up, that hashtag on a PC or anything, it's for comic book channels are not the first channels that pull up. I can guarantee you it's all like news stuff right now and stuff like that. Um, the guy I follow getting 1 or 2 views on every one of his videos, also a creator. So it's not much. Yeah. I mean, just because you're a video creator doesn't, I mean, it doesn't insinuate anything. It doesn't say you're a good video creator or a famous video creator. So I'm okay with the video creator thing. Or, I mean, I'm okay with the YouTuber thing. I mean, just because I'm saying I'm a YouTuber, I could be that guy that has the one viewer, the one subscriber. And I mean, honestly, that was my goal to begin with. So I was happy with that. I'm willing to go as far as this train is going, and I think that's a lot of us in this group, right? It's not all about being, big and famous and stuff like that. I think in the comic book world that has a different term, I mean, unless you're trying to be like acting or voice acting or something in those pop culture means, like you're physically trying to get in the movies or physically trying to get into comics or something like that. But on my end, I don't even know where, if you know no, I'm fine. I'm exactly fine with where I am talking. I mean, my goal, that's my goal, was I need friends. I wanted to talk about nerdy stuff, and none of my real friends or real people in real life were willing to talk to me. And guess what? YouTube can't stop me. Well, they can, but they haven't yet. So haha. So I'm on YouTube talking about nerdy stuff, you know. But I've heard this through a lot of other people, and it's a way to, we say rant and rave and words like that, but really it is. It's like that release, of getting it out. Being able to talk about a movie or a comic or some toys that you saw posted or just basic, comic book news in general. It's exciting. I like a lot of that in the comic book niche. It's either about speculation, community hangout, or with either comic nerds, and I'd say show and tell. It's like the other one. Same. I love, like, it's like I support a lot of channels, and I do that to support the community that I love, this community that supports and loves me. So I do that like willingly, and I think that's like the least I can when I have that free time, right? But there are actually comic book creators that I love. I enjoy watching that they do produce great content, and it's like, it's not to say that I tune in like every episode without fail or something like that, because life happens, right? But I mean, there are just, I mean, it's like, and then on top of that, getting to, be able to talk to some of these people. Like, I can say a big one for me is like Freaky Louie. And I'm not trying to throw names out there, because I mean, I can throw out a lot of names in this chat of other famous YouTubers that I love, like Circum, Dave, Rude's not here, but Rude, like a bunch of people. And I mean, the list just goes on, because there's a lot of people that I really enjoy. I just got done enjoying Travis and Phil's, chatting with the community stuff. But it's kind of like enjoying what they do, the content they create and stuff like that, but then also being able to chat and talk with them on a friend level. It's a lot different. I mean, that when we say things like the best community in the world and stuff like that, um, I know, Dave, we need something. We need some, a lot of people are waiting. We need to see the AF family. I need to see some bear fights, man. I don't know how that hasn't been done. Even if somebody's in a bear costume, like even if it's like a minute short, I don't know why that hasn't been done. Like Mary in the background, like, get off me, bear. That would be dope. Just saying. But nah, Dave's. I mean, but Dave puts it out there. He's been working, and there's nothing wrong with that either. It's like, I do know some people were on breaks, and a lot of people were just like, oh, if they quit, they're out. No, it's just life happens. It's like new games, new movies, new hobbies. I mean, some people, are on a rotating hobby thing where it's like comics are only like a couple parts of the month or whatever. Ooh, I like that. But see that, and that's the other thing. Like, um, he is, man. He's in the back of 798, man. Amazing Spider-Man 798. Go check it out. You can buy Free Key Louie right now. Um, I have all his Christmas hits. I love him, man. Um, look at this guy. Did you say? You say his name and he appears. Okay, that's weird. All right, so no, but for real, like, that's kind of like the joy. I mean, like, you know, and a bunch of people I know can I got like starstruck there. You see what you did to me, Louis? You got me like, no, but for real, like being in the community and being able to chat with like other creators and like bounce ideas off each other, and come up with like creative stuff and just the ingenuity, like DJ Links and and the rap battle and like the different guests that he was brought on there. I mean, whoever's watched that, you can't tell me you've been surprised by like a couple people that have been on there. Every episode, I'm always surprised by not only the talent, and and there's so many other shows. It's the same thing. I mean, it was like last night with Rod the Weekend, and it's like all it takes is like two or three guys drawing for about 2 minutes, and you see talent. It's ridiculous. Um, but okay, getting sidetracked. Yes, please, Brett. Like, don't let that stop you, and don't. I mean, that's like me. Even if I pump out a video that's got one view, it's not going to stop me. I mean, first off, do this for you. It should be your passion. If I can't say that that's not the biggest advice out there. If you shoot something, whether it's a live or like a recorded video with or without editing, if you can't watch that yourself, then my question is, what are you doing? Who are you putting that out there for? Did it make you laugh? Did it make you cry? Did it make you angry? Whatever you're trying to get across. Like, I mean, I can make myself laugh. I mean, and I'm not going to say I'm like narcissist or anything like that, but I mean, that's kind of the point. I mean, if you can enjoy it, then it's kind of a good basis that maybe some other people might enjoy it, kind of thing. So don't just because not everybody can watch you all the time. I mean, that's kind of like a fleeting thing. The bigger this community grows, like, I mean, there's a ton of people I never get to watch, and I mean, and they still love me, and it's not like there's no animosity behind it or anything. I mean, bro, oh my God, I know you do. I've seen it. I've seen it, and then like I couldn't even imagine live like with Louis. And I think we've no, I've been there for live Louis, but still, you know what I'm saying. But no, a bunch of people. It's like Dave, like some, like all the guys on Spine Ticks that I'm a part with. They're all genuinely funny. Like that's like Phil, bro. Getting to know Phil on like a real basis, and then like just looking at Phil in the eyes for like a good 2 seconds. I mean, I thought Phil was a completely different person, and then he starts talking, and just the comedy and the knowledge and just the respect, and it's really what it is. And I mean, honestly, in this community, I haven't found a right or wrong. I haven't found too many do's or don'ts. I would say there's some don'ts out there, but we all learn from our mistakes. So my thing is give anything a try. You never know what's gonna, hit the fan. I mean, like some people have said that, like, it's gotta be amazing when you hit like, so many views. I can prove I'm not on so many views because I've had those videos that hit the 50,000 or the 10,000 views, and they're not the videos that I thought was going to do that, and I have no idea what I did. My first giveaway went viral, and I don't know why. Like, no, but still, like, for me, it's not like, I mean, because I don't want the whole world to see my stuff unless they have a passion for what I'm doing. So that's kind of like my outtake in it. Like, I want the people that are like passionate about what whether they're into the hobby, the story, the art, the writing, my general presence, attitude, knowledge, what have you. And I mean, that's kind of like what each all of us should bring to the table. So Brett, keep doing what you do, and don't ever let that doubt get in the back of your head. That's you talk about those dislikes. That's the worst dislike you can get in your life is that doubt, in the back of your head that you're not doing the right thing or the good thing or nobody's gonna watch it or this and that. Like, no, bro, just and like my boy here, Phil. I mean, he took the words right out of my mouth, like hashtag lobster it, bro. Hashtag lobster and just I mean, if you can hashtag lobster it, you gold. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Hidden? Um, no, but serious. And I know at some points we're gonna get stale. It's not about like the viewership getting stale. You always got to look at it something else. What can I do differently? What can I do fresh? That kind of stuff. Hmm. I threw in the link earlier. If anybody wants to hop in here, I'll throw it in again. I'm just kind of been rambling. Comic Bookworm kind of got me on this whole hashtag thing. That's why the hashtag lobster thing came up there. But but seriously, like that there's some really easy ways to grow your channel without like physically having to do any work. And hashtags is like the I would say is the number one easiest thing you can do to like, and it's not a guarantee like it's not a guarantee that that's going to necessarily help out your channel. There's no guarantee, but it's a possibility, and why not? It's a simple like most people have all the hashtags like copied and saved, especially if you're on a computer. Like, I mean, I don't see I have to physically type out all my everything in my description, like all the links, I mean, everything you see on IG, it's all like, I don't have a keyboard. I don't have so it's all hand typed out, this and that, right? That's one way you can definitely grow. No, but that is a guaranteed. Definitely feeling still. Switch. No, bro, keep doing, bro. I love Circum. I love you, especially the music, bro. Like like, so when we talk about comics that we like, channels that we actually learn stuff from, Circum, I can physically say that I physically learned stuff from your channel because a lot of those artists and writers I'd never even seen before. Mirka, you were the first person to show me Mirka because I mean, I just don't generally look up that stuff. I don't care what they look like or I mean, that kind of stuff. I've never had that affinity for like for famous people in that regard, where I want to go find out what they pooped and what Starbucks coffee they're drinking and what shows they're watching. No, I don't care. And, I don't do that to my other coworkers. Why would I do that to them? Um, Bro, you've been using hashtag lobster. What are you talking about? No, but no, but Circum for real. Like, first off, I love. I mean, everybody tells you that the music, but it's how the music flows into your. I mean, but all the editing and lately you've been doing the reading at the end of it, and I mean, I really enjoy your video, Circum. So don't. It's a different thing if it's more of like a time thing. I can understand that because editing and all that. So I mean, like, and I think that's everything. I was doing that where I was trying to review everything I was reading. I mean, right now in a given week, I think it's like 45 books I might be reading. So I mean, like, and with physical reads, I could do that where I could fit like 5 or 6 reviews into one video or something like that. Digitally, it's just I wasn't able to do that. So I mean, I don't see anything wrong with switching stuff up or trying new ideas and the ideas failing and coming up with something different. What's up, Jimmy J? How's it going on, man? Yeah, I don't want to know what they poop, man. Well, maybe depends on who's doing the pooping. There are some people I might, the Liver King. I definitely do want to know what. I mean, we kind of saw that, but I definitely want to know what he's pooping. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, Hidden Gem. Congrats on the 500. 'Cause I know Hidden was one person that struggled on between that 400 to 500 mark, and he was trying all kind of different stuff. And first off, that's like lesson number one. Don't be afraid to try anything. And not well anything that's not gonna like, you know, go against what you stand for kind of thing. But try anything, like giveaways, like AOKs, like shout outs, I mean, right now there's like, I want to say, to my knowledge, there's like 5 or 6 different ways to, get your name out there. One is appearing on different shows, Leap Hoops Berserker. I know, I just saw that. He was all over there, like doing the licking contest. Like, oh, okay. No, but seriously, like, the more channels you appear on and stuff, the more your name gets out there. And especially when you have like, and I don't have any moderators, I don't know how to do that yet, I'm sorry. But like, if you have moderators, they could be popping those links in the chats and stuff like that. So like, the more channels that you kind of reach out to and you appear on and you're in the chats and stuff, that's free advertising for you. So if I can't say that enough, and like on top of that, it's just you're helping support other channels at the same time. So I mean, like, and I'm not telling you to go make a million, live performances, but go in some live chats, let other people see you. It's not just the other creators that are seeing you, it's also viewers, because there's a lot of viewers that are in the chat that don't show up on our live streams, and we forget this. I don't know why. My best friend watches almost every single one of my shows. He's probably here in the chat right now. He almost always is. But he watches on Xbox, so the live chat doesn't show for him. What is up, bro? Dank, what's up, man? Been missing you. A lot of people have been asking about you, but I know you've been taking care of business. Um, yeah, neighbor in the north. Like, yeah, if anybody has to leave, man, and I appreciate anybody that is like watching right now with, chilling, and anybody that catches us on the rewind. Um, No, but seriously, like, and Dank, I was talking about you earlier. That this craze that you hear, because I first started talking about some things that I learned on YouTube and things that you know can really help out your channel. And I learned so much from Dank, and that was like a year ago, and I'm still using a lot of that stuff today. Dank, I mean, Dank was one of my major inspirations on me getting on YouTube. But not only that, but I learned so much. I mean, timestamps. If you, I mean, okay, so that's something else I can talk about that a lot of people, I don't see like enough of. Heck yeah. I'm ready. But yeah, heck yeah, on like just something simple like timestamps, but going into your description and just, being able to like write out the timestamps for people to jump around. I mean, not only is it so helpful to the viewers at home, so they don't have to sit through hours and hours of stuff, but I mean, YouTube kind of does it for you. And Jank was the one who kind of put me that on it. I've been using timestamps ever since then. Anytime I have a long extended video, and all you have to do is put a timestamp in your description, is just write the hours and the minutes with 2 dots in between there, and YouTube will automatically do the rest of the work for you, as long as you put something like after that, like 0 1 minute 33 seconds. Mike said Batman, and there will be a time code for that. um and we love you, Brad. I mean, this is neighbor to the north. He is the guardian champion lobster. He is the beanbag chancellor to the north. We all have to. I mean, he is protecting us from the wildlings and the stuff that might come from the northern, well, at least people in the states. If you're overseas, like BFIT, you're screwed. I mean, neighbor to the north's not helping you. You got to get your own lobster master. But I mean, they're out there, and I'm pretty sure lobster masters, they need jobs too. So reach out. Um, no, but for real, easy stuff like that. Like I mentioned, hashtags. You should be using as many hashtags as you can think about, and they don't have to be anything tied to comics. They can be anything your mind can think about, anything that you want. I mean, if you're into, like, if for some reason you got an inkling for, like, gaining like people that are really into like satanic stuff, put some hashtag satanic stuff in your videos, and guess who's going to start watching your videos? It's that easy. It's that easy. um okay, so no, for real, the time codes. I mean, if you have very long videos, or if you plan to do long videos or something like that, and you have parts that you want to, just go in your description and put the minutes and the hours. If it has more than hours, you have to get, you have to write the 3-digit, time code out. But time codes are very helpful. Another thing that I learned, like, it took me about a month to learn, but if you want to do like instead of doing live streams, but if you're doing videos, do part 1 and 2. Part one, part two, part three. I mean, everybody's big on the episodes and stuff, but if you have like a specific topic that you want to do, for one, they really sell. They kind of engage as far as like most viewers. Oh, there's like a continuing part of this. There's something in us that like, ooh. Um, but break your videos down to like that. Do a 20-minute part one, a 20-minute part two, stuff like that. Let me think. Trying to think of other things, I think. But the hashtags, you should definitely be using the hashtags. Do not be scared of the algorithm. The algorithm is there to help you. You just have to work with it. I mean, if you're going to fight anything, what? It's not going to fight back. Um, if you're specifically telling your viewers to dislike your channel or to unsub you, I mean, what do you think they're going to do? I mean, or what do you want them to do, kind of thing. So, I mean, it's like and I know we get tired of that like, comment, subscribe thing. That's almost like a guaranteed. That right there, repetition. And honestly, like I fail to do it every time. It needs to be done in the beginning. Like it is so important to say that like, comment, subscribe, because if you actually go look at your analytics and you find out how many people just click on your video and forget to like or forget to sub or something like that, you'd be astounded. And it does show you in there how much what your click rate ratio is, and your, once you go in there and you look at that, you'll be surprised at how many people like, and yeah, exactly, and he was testing it, and that was him. Like, and honestly, Comic Journey was kind of being funny with that. But like, I mean, if you're gonna fight the algorithm, it's gonna fight back, But like seriously, like yeah, I lost where I was going. I lost it. I was thinking about Comic Journey. I'm seeing people that I haven't seen in a minute. I'm so happy to see Dank. I know he has been taking care of. Last time I talked to him, he told me he was doing, he was getting into like professional videos and stuff like that, so he could incorporate it in his channel and stuff. So I'm excited to see him pop back and alive and stuff. Um, yeah, and I do know that the Comic Journey is going through some stuff right now. But I do know. But I mean, there are ways to really help the algorithm. Any way you can help to search, that kind of thing. It's that's gonna be a plus. But like, going another thing is like engagement, right? So like thumbs, and there's this concept that thumbs downs are bad. Now, the only way that thumbs downs are bad, and I'm going to blow your mind. The only way that thumbs downs are bad, or as if that's the only thing that you have on your channel. If you do a video and you only get one thumbs down and you get no thumbs up, it's a bad thing. If you get tons of thumbs up and you get one thumbs down, it's a super positive thing. It's called engagement. It takes more time to thumbs down a video versus like just leaving the video. Looks like I got someone popping in. What's up, Ed? What's up, Ed?
Hey, how's it going? I should probably scoot over. Hey.
What's up, Hidden?
Not much. I popped in right in, like when I first clicked on your stream, I was looking for the link to join, right? But and you said you had dropped it, but I didn't see it up in the chat. It might have, I don't know, gone away or something. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm just chilling today, so not doing much. Yeah.
Mr. 500. What up, Parker?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Honestly, like, yeah, because I'm super proud of you, because I do remember all that. I mean, we're talking about months and months and months that you were struggling to pass those. And a lot of people see that. You get to that, it's like, I hate to use the word stale, but it's like, and it happens. It's going to happen and stuff like
agree.
that.
Yeah.
So going off of what I'm talking about, you got anything for us to add to this? Anything that some things that you have found along the way that you have found that really help or hurt, either way, because I bring up some stuff that'll hurt your channel.
Yeah. When I started the channel, I made a rule to just like keep having fun with it and like not really like take it too seriously, because I know, like, I mean, I definitely could have gotten to 500 way faster if I focused on it more, but it's just kind of like I did, like, because it has become like a bigger part of my life now, but like I'm not like too like dedicated or too serious about it. So I just like do streams or like do videos whenever I can. But I mean, I do have a schedule that I follow, but yeah, like Circum says, my channel goes up and down, and I can never tell you the reasons why. Yeah, I had a lot of parts where like I didn't really gain very many subscribers. Like I probably stayed at like the same number for like a couple weeks maybe. But it was a slow climb for sure. But I mean, actually my 2-year anniversary is at the end of March actually, so it took me 2 years to get to 500. I honestly, if I could tell myself 2 years ago that, you know, I had 500 subscribers in 2 years, I'd probably be happy 2 years
It'd blow
ago.
my mind. Like if I
Yeah.
could go back a year ago when I first started, and then like I'd
Mhm.
already be at like 350 at this mark. Like,
Right.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
because
I'm,
like honestly, I didn't think I'd pass like 10 or 20 or, you know, like
yeah.
why would like bro, nobody wants to talk to me in real life, so why the fuck would people watch me on like on YouTube, you know?
Right. And it's crazy to see like other channels blow up faster. Like Gary B did his 1K giveaway a few months ago. He got to 1K pretty quick. Oh, nice. Circum's first video. That's cool. Nice.
Yeah, it said at the end of this month. And I think we
Yeah.
started around the same time because mine's around the end of this month. I don't know the exact date or
Nice.
whatever,
Yeah.
but I know I started in March. What if dream?
Yeah.
I mean, like for real, but like, okay, like, because that's one of the things that I've kind of stayed away from is like the whole giveaway thing. Like, I have done one giveaway for my first major milestone. I'm not saying that
Mhm.
I'm against giveaways or something like that, but you know, like what I'm talking about specifically is like ways to help your channel, and I can guarantee you that giveaways will definitely help you increase your channel. And I'm not saying that's the
Mhm.
route to use because me myself I don't use it, but it's more along the lines I don't have the just outright means to do the giveaways I want to. But I know that's like but I know it's I mean that's like every gimmick that I can tell you, like the hashtags, the algorithm, the giveaways, stuff like that. That's exactly what
Mhm.
they are, mix, and they only go so far, you know. I mean it's like free key. He does like every time he does his free key show, he gives away something. You
Mhm.
know, I'm pretty sure if I asked free key, how many random people shows up for those free key, you know, and we're usually there, so we see how many random people show up, and
Yeah.
it's not really a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying? Not to the,
Mhm.
I mean, there's not like a crazy amount of like, you know, random people that are like, oh shit, there's a giveaway. Let me get in there, you know, and win this thing. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
um, I want to say I think it depends on what you're giving away because I have noticed um, you know, certain giveaways and stuff like that will pop up, you know, in the feed and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's like,
Mhm. Hello.
actual Dracula. Um, Trying to think. You got anything? What else you got? What other things?
Well, you were talking about the giveaways, and I did a couple giveaways. I did a giveaway for 100 subscribers and another for 400 subscribers.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I'll do another giveaway. Maybe I don't know. Maybe for like 1,000 if I ever get there. But um, I know I didn't want to do one for 500 because like for 400, it's just like too much. I don't know, like you said, like there are too many people that come in and like for the chance for them to like actually win something that, you know, you've never seen this person like on your channel and they're just coming for the giveaway. um
Hashtag prize lizards. Like
yeah, yeah, what do they call them? They call them
the
like
lounge
the
lizard.
yeah. Yeah. um Anyway, so yeah, I feel like it's too much work for the return. I mean, it's nice to give things away and all, but it's, you know, it's hard to deal with shipping and stuff like that as well. So uh but yeah, so I for my 500 like special, I'm just gonna do like a super long live stream, I think, which isn't probably gonna be like a couple of weeks from now, just like a hangout just to celebrate. So
That'd be cool.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's because that's like that's some of the funnest parts, being able to hang out and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, I mean, because before in life there was like chat rooms and stuff like that, but it's never
Mhm.
been like this where you could just like, like any given, anybody in this chat right now, and that's like some of my
Right.
real friends in the real world. They're like, I can hop on there, and like, yeah, man, anybody in the real world can hop on here.
Yeah.
That how cool is that? Mhm. Right? He's coming back, people. He's coming back. And I heard it before Dank said it. I'm trying to remember who I heard it from. Somebody had told me like that he was talking to Dank. He was like, "Yeah, Dank's coming back." I was like, "I know, buddy, I know." I know Daryl, my best friend. My best friend loves Dank, boy. He would like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's funny, like at everybody in the comic book community, my best friend loves Daryl the most. And like you talk about every post that if you go look at all Dank's posts, you'll see my best friend that like in his post or whatever. And you talk about the one person that's waiting for Dank to come back is my
Oh man.
let's see. I'm trying to think of other things. Okay, so I was talking about like the actual like YouTube creator thing, and there's a lot of confusion there too. There's like there's a lot of like useful stuff, and like I said, play with it. Like mess with it. You can't break it, that kind of stuff. But like I jumped. Yeah, man. No,
Gotcha.
no. I mean, it's like the middle of the day. It's also New Comic Book Day. People are out there like scrambling, trying to get all them.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
um. No, but in the algorithm thing, there is one thing to check on the algorithm, and that's like what other channels say stuff. I mean, it's the best way to like, find out if anybody's ever shot you out, because
Hmm.
just because somebody shoots you, shouts you out or something like that, like
Yeah.
it's not necessarily gonna pop up on your feed. I remember like when K Titus, when he shot me out, when he did his shout out or whatever and shot me out, when he shot me, it sounds so weird. When he shouted me out, it didn't pop in my feed or whatever. It's because he didn't put my description in there and stuff. Like, I mean, I had to
Mhm.
physically like, go on the YouTube creator and see that and stuff. But that would be one major thing that I would highly suggest to like, if you're trying to grow your channel and do that.
Mhm.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
Like every now and then I'll get like I remember one time I got like 3 or 4 subscribers in like a day, and then like I assumed like somebody shouted me out or something like that, right? But then I couldn't find anything. Like I searched around for so long, but I couldn't find. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. But I beef it, by the way.
um, Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's showing up. It is like a weird time of the day. It's an impromptu, like, live. I just watched that hidden thing, and I was like, man, let me go in here and talk about this. Hey, because he has the whole like wrong idea, and I'm not talking down to Nauman or anything like that. I love Nauman; he's a great guy in our community, but like, I think he just has the wrong idea on how hashtags work. 22 Comics, what's up? And it's kind of
Hey,
funny. He's trying to like, he was kind of like trying to correct people on how to like use the hashtags, and I'm like, no, that's not how you use them.
really?
Yeah, because he's like, oh, look at Evil Mike, and he brings up my video, and he's like, oh, he's got like 5 hashtags. That's too many. This he's got like, and I'm like, no, like I was like, I was actually when he pulled it up. I was like, oh man, I only used 5. Fuck, I should have used like 10
Oh
more.
man. Oh.
Let's see that. What's your top cover and read of the week this week? Um, Technically, I have not read anything from this book yet. I do have them, but I haven't started reading it. But that should be an easy one, Circum. There is a book that dropped this week for me. That's sweet Paprika. Come on, man.
For me, I'm actually not reading anything currently. The most recent thing I read was Not All Robots, which was
It's
like I
still
think
pretty
the
recent.
last, yeah,
I
um,
just finished like the last book was like a month ago or 2 months ago.
yeah. So I finished that. I did. In terms of cover of the week, okay. Well, I actually didn't buy any new comic book day books, but I did get some pretty sweet buys. Uh,
Hmm.
so I got so I was going through a collection, right? And I got Starriers number 1 through 4 here, all Bill Sienkiewicz art on the
Ooh,
cover.
that's cool.
So these were each $1. And I'm gonna give these to my dad because he's a big Bill Sienkiewicz fan.
Yeah, I love his art. I have some
So
of it.
yeah, and they're only $1 too. So, and also got
Lord.
Transformers number 22. This is the Marvel 25th anniversary border. I'm collecting
Yeah,
these, so I figured I'd pick it up.
yeah. It's
Yes, they do smell wonderful. Here, I'll give you a sniff here.
smell like mold and cigarettes.
There you
Mm.
go. Yeah. Um.
Circum said he loved all robots. He's right there with it. Nowhere
Oh
Bound
yeah.
dropped, and he said he's checking out. He's doing new comic book day. Keep going.
And I'm actually very happy that I got this. So this was also in the same collection, right? This guy had like Transformers from the first volume, like 1 through, I don't know, like 30 or something. And the number 1 is super low grade. And I was able to pick it up for $8
Ooh,
here.
that's
Transformers
dope.
number. Also Bill Sienkiewicz art as well.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's really dope.
Yeah, so I got that. And the last thing I got, same collection. This is a Ghostbusters storybook. It's got like movie pictures like on the inside. This was
Oh,
$9.
yeah,
So
that's dope.
yeah. So yeah. And that's what I bought. I think it was like 20 bucks maybe for all of them. But yeah,
That's
so yeah.
Everybody's talking about different comics in the chat, like they're talking about Nice House on the Lake, because a bunch of us, are reading. But like Nice House on the Lake, it returns this week, and I've already heard it was like a really good issue and stuff like
Okay.
that. I'm trying to think of what they were talking about. Let's see. Nocterra. I'm trying to think. They said it would like saying like, and I did read the last issue. I read this week's, but the twist in the last issue. I don't remember no twist. All I remember was like something about they were going after Black Top Bill, or I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, there's too many books. I mean, I just finished Out. Out was by AWA. The vampire book was pretty good. Um,
Tomorrow's up
so,
in here. How's it going?
Manny? What's up, Manny? Moon Knight. I'm digging Moon Knight. There's a couple different Marvel ones I'm reading right now that are still really good. Moon Knight. X-Men's been okay. Savage Spider was weird. The Secret X-Men was weird. Devil's Reign. I'm actually all tie-ins and everything has been really good. All the tie-ins. Actually, one of the tie-ins was actually doper than the main series. It was like the Winter Soldier. Like, kind of had nothing to do with the series, but it was still a good read.
Yeah. I'm subbed to a few ongoing series, but like I'm just collecting them. So I'm on the Hulk series, the Alien series, and the Batman '89 series. So
Yeah,
I'm just collecting those. Yeah, I've got all those since they started, I think. So
yeah, we still got one more issue of Batman '89, I think, which is so
yeah.
weird. It dropped before Batman '77. I mean, Superman '77, and Superman '77's already finished, but we still haven't got Batman '89. But Aliens has been really good so far. That's actually one of my top. I always forget that book, but that's actually one of my top Marvel reads right now. I mean, all the
Oh,
way through, it's
nice.
been solid. Even the one shot was really good.
Oh yeah,
But
was that Aftermath? Is that what it
yeah,
was called?
it's like they brought out that new like fluorescent, like where he was mixed with the ship's engine. I thought that was dope. No, but even the second arc of the Alien title has been the first issue was kind of slow and everything, but now I think we're like 2 or 3 issues into it. It's been pretty good. It's bloody and it's been surprising. I Am Batman, yeah, that was fantastic. Oh, Jake stuff. So far, I'm digging all the next gen characters. Yara Floor, Jace. What's up, Glenn?
I
I
go.
didn't think Glenn's been playing Elder Rings. I didn't think we can pull him away from the Elder Ring. He's been lost in that game for a couple days now, which is dope, man. I'm loving it. No, man, there's some other great reads. I'm trying to think Marvel specifically, but uh, there should be a new issue of Aliens. I'm drawing a blank at the other stuff, though. Moon Knight. Dark Knights of Steel has been real good, yeah. I mean, DC, and for me, all DC's been good so far, but it's what I'm reading in my wheelhouse. I mean, I'm
There was
not.
a. Did you see the Ghost Rider #1 that came out?
Yes, that is a book that I picked up, but I haven't read yet.
I didn't get that. Like I saw on one of the like preview like new comic book day sites. I was looking at the variants. Like some were like exclusives that you like had to buy somewhere else, but like some of the variants were pretty cool. I didn't buy the #1, but maybe if they had one of the variants, I would have bought it.
Scotty Young on the tricycle was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
I
I
really dug
recently got I recently got one of those Scotty Youngs like a few months ago. It was like an absolute carnage, I think, with like Scream and like some other symbiote, and they're like all tangled up on the cover. It's pretty
it.
cool. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one. The one I really dug from the Ghost Rider one was the Peach Momoko one. I thought that
Oh,
was
okay.
pretty. It was just that one where him standing in the car. It's like, and it has like the chains and the fire going around the car. It's kind of, it
Yeah.
looks like some of her traditional stuff, but I liked it. But no, there was a bunch of, I saw like, I think the one Kamikaze got, I really liked that one. I think him and Drac, they both picked up the same cover. I'm trying to think who else I saw with it. Nah, it's sitting in my stack, but I haven't gotten to it. From this last week, I've only read like 5 books, and I just like I have a whole another like 10 books sitting there. I haven't got to them yet.
Gotcha.
Except for the
Trying to
last week.
find. Oh, here it is. Oh, I found it. Found the cover. Yeah. Oh, this is Extreme Carnage. It's Alpha variant. Here it is.
Oh yeah, I got that same cover. I love
Oh,
that.
really? Yeah.
That's like the I think that was the first Scotty Young cover I've ever picked up. Was that one?
Really?
Yeah.
I have an Immortal Hulk cover as well. Here. This is Immortal Hulk, the best defense #1.
Oh, that one's great. I like
Yeah.
that. I like the color too.
Yeah, me too. So
Matilda would love that shit. She hates that cover. No, like I'd seen Scotty Young forever. It's just his covers sell out so fast, and that's why I
mm,
finally was able to get that cover, and it just happened to be in that series I bought. But no, I really dug that cover with the three like all
yeah,
fighting.
he's a fan
No,
favorite.
I really did like the tricycle, the Ghost Rider. I thought it was a different concept or whatever that I hadn't seen
Mm-hmm.
before. Um, no, but I am excited for that because I am a big Ghost Rider fan. And having like a whole like I mean I think it's been like really a year and a half or 2 years we got no Ghost Riders, so it was kind of weird. Um, that there was a lot of their main characters like Punisher. We had no Punisher comic. We had no
Mm.
like some of their big characters were just missing. I don't know why. No, but I'm trying to think what other books. I'm drawing a blank on books that come out.
One thing we should talk about. I don't know if you talked about this before, but there is a Hulk Grand Design #1 or something. I think right coming out. I think when is that coming? It's coming out like in a couple of weeks or something like that.
Is it done by
So
it?
at Pisker, you said?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, and there is a Hulk 340 homage for one of the variants. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Oh, with Circle Martin. Like Circle, it's like the Ed Pisker variant. I haven't even seen him. I follow him, Pisker. What the hell? Yeah, Jim Rohn. That's the I watch their YouTube channel, both of them. I don't watch every video, but
Yeah.
I do like both of them, Ed Pisker and Jim Rohn.
Here's just like you mind if I share my screen here?
Yeah.
It's just an eBay page. I just searched up Hulk Grand Design. I think you got to like allow me to like you click it down backstage area. I think. Yeah, there it is. There it is right there. That's one of the variants. Isn't that sweet? That is so cool. I love that. So yeah.
It's got the weird wolfy mouth. He's like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I think I've got or I'm subbed to the cover A, B, and C for that. I did not get the Peach Momoko, which would have been the cover D or something like that, I think. But all the covers are sweet.
Charles Hulk Grave of Bombs on Wolverine. Yeah, it was kind of weird on the Wolverine. Hey, the claws with the Hulk look dope though. You ever read the X-Men Grand Design?
No, I haven't. But my dad, I was with my dad at a comic shop. It was when we were both like early into comic collecting because I actually got him into comic collecting. And pretty much I found this like X-Men Grand Design, like #1. I think it was like $10 or something like that. And I thought he'd be interested in it. And this was before he was into Ed Piskor. And that was like really what got him into Ed Piskor, I think. But the short answer is no, I have not read X-Men Grand Design 1. But Ed Piskor was at Baltimore Comic-Con 2018, and my dad had this print of all of like these different hip hop artists that Ed Piskor drew, right? And he got it signed by Ed Piskor. Like nobody was in his line at all because like nobody knew Ed Piskor in 2018, right? So, or at least at Baltimore Comic-Con because nobody was there at his table. And so we got it signed by him. And yeah, so, but he's definitely a big Ed Piskor fan for sure. So
that's dope. Drac was saying Hulk Grand Design is all Jim Rugg and Piskor just did the cover. That's what he was saying.
Interesting. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Got Nam in the show. What's up, Comic Bookworm? I was talking about you at the beginning. We were talking about hashtags, and I just got done watching your video. No, but X-Men Grand Design was really, I like the art style and everything is so unique to Ed Piskor. It's such a dope read. Like it's so different. Like but I do know that he's got another Grand Design book too because I did see the Hulk and I saw something else because they're gonna let him do like I think like a whole like Grand Design like type of universe or something like that. Because he's been posting like small pictures, like I forget who it was. It was another Marvel character. I want to say it was like Galactus or something like that, but it was like it was one of the like it wasn't Thanos. It wasn't
Silver Surfer, maybe.
No, it wasn't. It was a villain, but man, I can't remember. You're welcome, Naman. Man, if you can, Naman, I need you. You know, either go back to the beginning of this video because I was talking about those hashtags, man. Those hashtags. They really can help you, and you're supposed to be using them in a different way. You shouldn't be using hashtags to find your channel like that. That's not. No. What's up, Robert? We got Robert in here, the sperm whales expert. What's up? From the low grades. Shout out to the low grades. No, but supposedly they're like, and I'm trying to remember, it was like a villain. I don't quote me on that, but he's been like, I think he's been showing like on his like IG page, he's been showing different pictures of different characters from the Grand Design, you know, kind of universe or whatever. Because I do know he has Red Room, like Red Room specifically moved over to like his like online site or whatever, where he's doing like, I think it's like, I forget what the yearly pass is, but it's like $3 or something like that, and you can read everything he puts on his. It kind of sounded like a lot like what was that thing they were talking about with Tinian and I don't know, but it's basically a newsletter. But you can I think we have like one Red Room series that's coming out, and I think it's like it's only 4 issues, and then after that everything is going to be all digital.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know. It was a long speech, buddy.
Just gonna have to go back.
Yeah. Uh, what do you call it? Anything else you're excited for? Anything?
Oh, bye, Manny. No, pretty much the Hulk Grand Design is the only thing I'm looking forward to. I got to revisit the all the FOC stuff because I'm kind of new to that. I recently just got into that for the Hulk Grand Design because I heard about it somewhere, and I was like, oh, I can't miss out on this. I cannot miss out on this. So that's when I started, and I secured my copy for that. And the Hulk Madness as well, which is like kind of like another one shot coming out a month later, I think.
I hadn't
So I
heard
think I
about
got
you.
that. I think, yeah.
You're up on your Hulk knowledge. I hadn't heard about either one of these. Um, let's see. So, okay, so you were saying like you don't read a lot of modern books, but then you said you had read like recently Not All Robots. Within the past year, specifically like current comics, how many would you say you've like read, like story
Hmm.
wise, like a whole bunch, a little bit, like?
Oh, I so little that I probably wouldn't even consider myself a comic book reader, more a collector probably. Like, Not All
So,
Robots. I mean, was like I think because I started reading. I feel like the first series that started coming out that I started reading even before I knew what a pull box was and before I had like an actual go-to LCS was Immortal Hulk, and I have
mm,
the second print of the number one. It's like it's a cool wraparound cover. Um, and I started on that. I think I got till like issue number 16 before I like I couldn't go to my shop every week, and of course those early like first printings got snatched up quick, but
mm-hmm.
luckily I do have those first 16. So I read up to there, and I've got like a few of the later variants and stuff like that. I got like one of the number 50s, I think. um so but yeah, so it's probably that, Not All Robots, and I don't know. Before that, like before I started collecting comics, I was reading like Calvin and Hobbes and like shoot, what was it? It was what's Reed Richards' son? What's his name? Nath- shoot,
Nathaniel?
was Nathaniel Richards? Yeah, he had like a kind of short little comic book thing that I don't know. I got like a trade for Christmas, and I read that. But
I
before
know.
that, yeah.
Okay, so that present because you did mention some other ones, like you did mention like aliens and stuff like that. So that presents another good question. What got you interested enough to like read It's Not All Robots? Like out of all the different indie titles that you might have heard like in the comic book community, what was the one that got you? Why was that one?
Yeah, so that's actually a good question. So I saw like it was like a cover B of like number one, and it was the American Gothic homage. It was like the two robots with the pitchfork, and I just picked it up for the cover, and one of my coworkers there who was ringing me up, he said it was like, oh, I just started reading that, and it's actually pretty good, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should give it a try. So I
Hmm.
read it, and then I just subbed to that series after that. So that's pretty much what got me into that series.
That's crazy. You think about like all the different like I mean, because yeah, I have to imagine even though you're not reading it, you still have
Hmm.
heard about quite a bit, right? I mean, because you're
Yeah,
still, like I mean, because I've seen you in different live shows and stuff like that. So I know you've had, I mean, something is killing the children, like
yes, of course.
okay, so like on that level, let's touch on those. Like out of all the hot stuff, nothing has engaged you enough to go after a trade or a digital version or even ask a friend, hey, do you know anything about Something is Killing the Children? Or, and not specifically that title, but maybe like Department of Truth or Stray Dogs or
Yeah,
like some of the heavy hitters.
my dad actually started reading Department of Truth. He picked up like a couple of the later printings of the earlier issues. But anyways, I don't know. I just heard about the series, and I just wasn't too interested in reading it. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, because like I don't really buy the comics to read it like you do or like most other people do. Like the
Is
Not All Robots, I just picked it up for the cover and I just happened to have it, so I read it. So but like
would you
I don't
say
think
it's
I
more like, is it
well
more like theme and art based?
yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it's more based on the art for me, and I mean, characters that I like. Like that's why I'm collecting some of the ongoing series now, like Alien, Batman '89, Hulk, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so like for something that's killing the children and like stray dogs, I just wasn't. I don't know. Like I think I don't even see those at like my comic shop, like my LCS that I work at. Like I don't even see any of those there. So and I didn't
Yeah,
really, yeah, I didn't really bother to go the what's it called, like go the extra mile to find it and read it.
what's really is okay. Well, let me like, because a lot of people don't. Some people know how old I am, but I look a lot younger than I am. So I'm 42, right? So I'll
Okay.
tell you something. And then this like kind of paints something weird, but like I've collected comics my whole life. But when I was around like your age, like I collected comics exactly how you're describing it. I didn't really read comics. I collected a lot of stuff. Like I had
Hmm.
a ton of comics, but it was more like, based on aesthetic or the, genres or stuff like that. Like I've always loved Aliens or Batman or Predator or
Yeah.
something. So I've kind of just I've collected within those genres, but it wasn't until I got older that I really like, kind of sat down and started reading and stuff. Um Okay, so with that being said, how long specifically have you been collecting
Oh.
comics? Like, if you could go into years, let's say, like, how many years you've been collecting comics? 12, 15, 18?
Um. I Okay. So most
Thanks.
people ask me like why or like how I got into collecting comics, which I don't even know like an exact answer of like how I did. I just remember one time me and my dad, I must have been like collecting comics before that, just like kind of, and we found a comic shop locally that we figured we'd hit up, and that's what sparked it really. And I feel like really started collecting comics about 6 years ago, probably. Um,
Hmm,
and I've just been collecting since then, I think. So it's been a solid 6 years.
okay. In the 6 years, like, and I don't think there is a wrong or right answer to that one too. I think that's like really weird to ask. Like, what really got you into comics? I don't know if I can go back and be like, what made me pick up a comic versus like,
Hmm.
I mean, I can remember some of the first comics I read and stuff like that. But I mean,
Yeah.
at that age, and especially how old I am, it's crazy to go back and remember. Um, hey, Shayna, what's up, Shayna? Okay, so like from the in the 6 years, and you have mentioned you've read some. How long did it take you before you physically started reading, or was it just flipping through, looking at the pictures, or was it just the appeal of the characters, or
Hmm.
something like
It
did
was
it happen
like,
in the beginning, and then maybe you got bored, and then it happened later on, or did it happen specifically later on?
yeah. So I started collecting comics, I think, just by like kind of reading the comics that I already had. You know what I'm saying? So like, I have a couple of those. It's like early 2000s Marvel Age, I think. It's like there was a Marvel Age Hulk, there was a Marvel Age Spider-Man, and I still have those. And those were like, I think those were some of like the earliest individual comics that I had. I don't know where I got them from, but I know I did have them pretty early on. And of course, I read the heck out of those. They're like super beat up now. Um, but yeah, and I got into collecting from reading them, and then I got more fascinated in the collecting side of it, and maybe finding value in the comics that I have, and enjoying the art more than the actual story, I guess. um but yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I do like flipping through like some comics. Like I've had this just like this facsimile of Incredible Hulk 1 just like sitting by me. And like it's cool to flip through it, like
Yeah, it
I
is.
got this. I don't know. Was it? I don't know how much I bought it for. I don't know if I got it for cover price or something. But like, it's just it's just stuff like that. Like, I don't think I'm that committed to a series other than Not All Robots recently that I that I'm that invested into for reading. But yeah.
Um, let's see. No, I think it goes into, I mean, wrong or right. I don't think there is a wrong way or right way to collect by any means, even
I
though
agree.
even though some people want to judge and put standards and this and that. Honestly, when it gets down to it, it's whatever makes you happy, right? And F everybody else, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
they're either with it or with not, and that's kind of who stick with you along the life path. But, specifically like, okay, so we got comics, and we've been talking about comics, so it's easy. And you got
Hmm.
movie stuff, right? Do you read books or play video games? And I know you play video games, so that's a given. Do you read books?
Wait, what was the question? Wait, do I
Do you
wait?
read novels, like real novels? Play games? Like I'm looking for an
Hmm.
answer, like different story avenues.
Oh, that's interesting. I do not read normal novels. I think the last book I read was, I think, it was Ready Player One, actually, and it was like a reading assignment for like my English class. I think like a couple of years ago, like in a year ago or something like that. And
Lucky.
yeah, so it was
I
actually a
read.
pretty good read. I think it was, honestly. I
I
can't
love
believe.
that.
Yeah, I never really thought I'd say this like publicly, but honestly, I thought that the book was better than the movie. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know how that you know.
I want to say because that's hard. I want to say they're different. It's not that one's better than the other because
Yeah,
there is. I love the book more because they were able to do more because, of course, the copyright stuff. And it's
yeah.
like if I could have chosen to get like, because who was it supposed to be? It was supposed to be Ultraman that was in the instead of the Gundam. Like in the
Okay.
movie we got the Gundam, and in the book it was Ultraman. I'm trying to think like because it was always Mechagodzilla in the book.
Hmm.
There was like
Oh
slight
yeah.
differences, but like honestly, it's like Ultraman versus Gundam, bro. I'll take the Gundam all day of the week. I'm a huge Gundam fan, so that was like that. I mean, that was the first time a Gundam had ever been on a major motion
Yeah.
picture screen. That was a big day for me. I was like, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
no, but the book was phenomenal. Like, I mean, but both you sometimes, there is that stigma, right? That books are always better than the movies, and you have to imagine it. Like, and a lot of people don't think about this. And like, how long did it take you to read that book? If you had to put like hours.
Oh. Oh, that is a good question. Hmm. I never really thought about that. I had to like really push myself to complete it because it was for an assignment, and I think I remember like procrastinating on it for a while.
See,
But probably
so
like
it's
total of maybe, I I couldn't even put like maybe
okay. So it's probably around like I want to say it's like I want to say it's between like 14 to 20 on Ready Player One would
maybe
be a
yeah.
general basis. Okay, so you think about that. Like they took like 14 to 20 hours worth of story and like shrunk it down into a 2 hour movie. And like I think as like people at home, we forget that because and like honestly, Ready Player One in my like terms of novels is kind of like a junior novelization. It's not like a real like adult novel because like Stephen
Hmm.
King, like I mean that's like 80-hour book that they're trying to shrink down to like a 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
I think we like forget that. So like no, but honestly there's a lot of times like The Shining, for instance. The Shining, like the book to the movie, I think it's such a weird comparison because they're two completely different properties. I think the only thing they have the same in common is like the names. But like Ready
Hmm.
Player One, when they are very close together, I think it's more like, and I will agree with like Circle was like, the book was way, but yeah, the book is way, way better. But it's just like it's the amount of detail. I will say that
Mhm.
I did like some of the changes that we got in the movie, like because if you don't in the book, the movie scene was War Movie, and do you even know that movie, War Movie, with Matthew Broderick? And
I haven't seen that. No.
I think it's War Movie. That's what it's called. It's a War Movie. What's it called? Uh, it's where like it's basically like where this kid thinks he's playing like Missile Man, and it's like,
Oh.
and it's basically
Hmm.
like he's not playing Mystical Man. He's like physically like hacking NORAD, and NORAD actually like kicks in, and he's about to war game.
War
That's
game.
thank you.
Is it War
That
Games?
War Games, yes, War Games,
Yeah,
and
I've seen that. I've seen that.
that was
Yeah.
like the original like in the book. That was the movie's segment. In the book, they had to like memorize the whole movie. They just had to memorize like all the script, and that's how they got. That was like how what led them, and it was actually like a blank in that story part. Was I think when they figured out all the lines or whatever, it was like one of the it was like one of the blank parts in the moment where they had to like backtrack and go somewhere else. But like in the movie, we got the whole Shining scene. Like I thought the Shining scene was dope. Like I think I kind of preferred the Shining scene versus the war game thing, like any day of the week. What's up, Kamikaze? Just talking about you.
Hey, Ozzy.
Oh, I mentioned you, for like a second, but I brought you up. No, um, no, but okay, so like, and that's really cool that you got to read that for a school assignment. I mean, I read that like, I mean, I just went out in the wild kind of thing.
we had
Um,
to we had to pick, like, there was like a list of like 15 or 20 books, and like that was just the one that I like knew pretty much from the movie, so I picked that one. But
that was a good. It's a great book actually. Put the link in the chat if anybody wants to hop on.
oh yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think. So like, okay, so games. So no novels, like, but have you like how enriched in games are you? Because I do know you do play some games.
Yes. I play a lot of recently I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. I do have an NES emulator. It is like an anniversary. It's like a knockoff anniversary thing. I think it was like, how much did I buy it for? Like $30 or something like that. It has like 600 games like on it, pretty much.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, and it's super cool because it has like all of the like Japanese releases as well, like in Japanese and stuff.
Like
So
the
it's cool to
family.
go back to. Yeah. Um. So yeah, I got that, and I play a lot. I play mainly like at my dad's house. He gave me his Super Nintendo, and I play like NBA Jam and Royal Rumble, stuff
NBA
like that
Jam.
on there. Um.
You ever pulled up the code list on NBA Jams
Oh
to get
yeah. Oh
characters?
man,
Maybe get like
dude.
Mortal Kombat characters and
I've actually been like writing down all the passwords after the games, right? And I'm like 3 teams away from unlocking Michael Jordan on it. Only
mm,
3 teams away. Yeah.
because
Like I
that in the
just
like
I,
in the original one they only had like in the very first NBA Jam I think they only had like 4 unlockable characters or something like that. They weren't sports stars. But in the other one they
oh,
started like they started like adding like Mortal Kombat. I think some of them have some Looney Tunes
oh
characters, but
really?
um, but they had like real people too. They had like announcers. You could unlock like I think
Yeah.
Barney was an unlockable character.
Really?
Like there's some weird ones. If you pull up like the list of like, and those are all like real. And I think that was like, I think it was in the NBA Jam tournament was the second one. But that's like my childhood right there. I grew up on NBA Jam, like the first like the arcades, and then it came home
Hmm.
to, like home consoles. Oh, that
Yeah.
was good. Yeah. Are you
He's
playing?
on fire.
Boom shakalaka.
uh,
He's doing a helicopter. Um, that shit's fun. Are you playing the old ones? Or are you playing like a remade one? Because I know they remade it like I want to say like 3 4 years ago.
I'm playing the old one.
Mm,
I don't think it's the exact first one, but it is.
2K.
Oh, I actually have NBA 2K, but I haven't played it before. I got it for Christmas,
Mm.
but Yeah.
I had like the Mama edition when it first released, and I played it for like a month, and I got tired of
Yeah.
it.
For reference for the NBA Jam, the Bulls on there is Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm trying to think. So story games, like I mean, because there's not really a story in NBA unless you're playing like tournament mode. It's really like
Yeah.
what team to take into this, you know. No, story. Any modern games that you're playing, like that are entrant
Mm.
story. You know, right now we just got the Elden Ring that just came out.
Yeah, so I think like maybe like a couple months ago, maybe I finished the campaign for Call of Duty Vanguard, I think.
Mm.
Um that's the only story that I played recently. I don't even know like what else I played. I used to play on an Xbox 360, but it's broken now. I had an Xbox 360 and I think I had like Lego Avengers and like Lego Jurassic Park or something like that. So
That's
I remember
that's fun.
yeah, I remember this one part in Lego Avengers where I got stuck on and I had no idea how to get past it, but and then the Xbox 360 broke, and I never got past that level. So I was so stuck. I had no idea what to do.
No, and we got Lord Chuck's in the house. What's up, BLCC in the house? No, all the Lego games are fun. I know my boy, me and Glenn, we both got a like strong passion. I don't care what the franchise is. I'll play any
Mhm.
Lego game. But like, I'm trying to remember. There is like one, and I think it's the Force of. No, don't quote me. There is one. It's the Lego Movie one. That
Oh,
it's
okay.
just not that good, and it's kind of funny because you figure it would be good. It's the Lego, like I mean, Lego making the Lego Movie game.
It's the
Like,
Lego Movie game. That's what it is.
¿qué te pasa? Um, he's playing a game right now. He's on Elden Ring. That game came out, and he has just been like zoned in that game. That's why I was telling you, Sheena, if you want to talk tomorrow, you kind of have to you convince Glenn to get off the game, maybe. So it might just be me and you, Sheena. No, but that's how some people, some people it's like certain games they come out and it's just like, I mean, they drop everything and that's what they're doing, and I mean
Hmm.
that's what he wants to do. I'm here. We
Yeah.
still talk, just not as much. He's doing the game. Hey, what's up, Bill? Got comic mag missions in the house.
Oh,
Oh
it's
yeah, I
not.
never know. Huh?
I'm just saying, hey.
Oh, oh, is it? I was gonna add, like, is it Mushings? Am I reading that right? I never. I would. That's why I'm always like, hey, Bill, and I know Bill. I watch Bill every week. On Cover
Nice.
Slingers. Is it Musings? Musings? How would you say that?
I think Musings, Comic Mag Musings.
I always want to say Mushings, but there's no H. I don't know.
Hmm. You want to talk movies? What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Or like top three, or like some that are up there.
That's really hard, man. You're talking to the wrong guy about movies because I watch a shitload, bro. A shitload of
Oh
movies.
yeah.
I can tell you some good movies that I saw recently, and probably like some that aren't, a lot of people aren't talking about.
Hmm.
West Side Story. West Side Story from Steven Spielberg. It's out on
Okay.
HBO and Disney Plus. That movie was phenomenal. I mean, it is a remake based on the original like West Side Story musical, but first off, this is the dope, like cinematography wise. I mean, it just looks beautiful, but the soundtrack and everything, it's the same soundtrack. Like, but they actually have updated it where it's still got the dancing and the singing and stuff. Because in the original, it was like, because it's about two gangs that are beefing with each other, and it's about, it's basically like Romeo and Juliet, and eventually like there's a guy on one side that falls in love with the girl on the other side, and then that causes the whole. So
Hmm.
in the the original, movie and stuff, when they would fight, it was all done in song and dance, and there was no physically fighting, or, even though they had knives, it was still like, it was like, it was still like this. It was all done in dance, and it was like, it was an interpretive dance. You were supposed
Hmm.
to, no, in this version, it's still got all the dance, but the violence is there, which is really dope. It's like, and it's kind of funny because it's not, musicals are not. I mean, there's been some musicals over the year. Actually, one of my favorite movies you bring up is Moulin Rouge. I love that musical. Um, Baz Luhrmann makes some of the best musicals, but what do you call it? No, it was a really good film. Even if you're not like a musical fan, my best friend is like super gangster, and he actually like really thought it was dope. I know, I know that Chad. Let's see what it. Um, nah, my boy is like extra gangster, and he loved it. He won't admit it in public, but all right, let's
Dang.
see. That is popping. All right, anybody seen Batman? No.
I'm seeing
Um,
it this weekend with my
yeah.
friend. My birthday is actually on Monday, and I'm having
Ooh.
like a double sleepover with my friend, and we're gonna go see it with my dad over the weekend. So hopefully,
Um, what do you call it? Happy early birthday,
thank you, thank
first
you.
off. And second off, I think I've seen it either. I have tickets for Friday, but my another friend was trying to get tickets on Thursday, and I don't know if it's possible at this point. Like
Oh,
everywhere, most everywhere over here, it's already sold out. So, but he has pulled some stuff out of a hat before. And Dank was saying the Joker cameo was awesome or amazing. It better not be. Joker better not be in this movie. And don't get me wrong, I love Joker, but no, I don't want him in this movie. I don't need him yet. I mean, there's so many other Batman bad guys. Like, and if he is, that's cool too. But I'll tell you some things that I heard because I got to watch, and my boy Roscoe, he knows. But um, what do you call it? And I know Ozzy's trying to get me to check my IG. Right, I can't, Ozzy. I'm on my phone, like so. While I'm streaming, I can't really open anything else. It's a little different on my phone. I'm sorry, but okay. So last night, I love America, but last night they had a lot of the reviewer. They had a review set up for anybody that worked specifically for Batman. Like I know, like Jorge Jimenez
mm.
was there, V, Donnie Cates was there,
Oh wow,
um, but anybody that has like written or drawn for Batman last night was at the review. But it was also like celebs and everything too. But Mirka did the first like 5 minutes of the like she filmed for a little bit. What's up, Gene? So we got to see like a very blurry version, but it was kind of cool because she was like three people down from Robert Patterson. Um, but I heard like two cool things about the movie that I've not heard a lot of people talk about. But one, they said that it's scary, that it's actually got a lot of scary elements to the movie.
okay.
I follow Liz Wonder, and for those of you that don't know, but Liz Wonder is the stunt double for Gal Gadot, the girl who plays
Oh, okay.
Wonder Woman. If you go look at her IG, you'll recognize it looks like Gal Gadot. That's how close she is.
Oh,
Okay, so she was at the premiere and she said it was so scary. Like she had a couple nightmares over the Riddler guy.
wow.
And Mirka herself said, and she did this live on because it's during the first 5 minutes of the film. But they said the first time, and I heard this from Donnie Cates, I heard this from like a bunch of different people's reviews. They said the first time you see Batman on screen in his suit, it scared the audience. So there's something he does, or there's some kind of jump scare or something. But they said it was like they said it
Man,
scared the hell out of them, and it wasn't
I'm
just one or two.
ready.
It's like
I'm ready for it. um, Dark Knight told me, or I found out from Dark Knight that HBO is going to be releasing. They're going to be making a rated R Penguin series.
Mhm.
Did you hear about that? Did that when did that news drop?
In the beginning. 'Cause they've actually it went stale for a little bit, and Sheena might have heard because I know Sheena's one of my big DC people. But originally, when they were talking about doing the Matt Reeves Batman, they were setting up doing a Penguin show, and they were also setting up doing a Batgirl show. The Batgirl show is like it's kind of turned into like two different things where I'm kind of confused about it, because now I've heard where they're also doing a movie and a show, or it might be either or. We're still kind of confused.
Okay.
But I've heard the possibility that I've heard is that it's both, that it's a movie and a show, that they're not going to be like the same actresses or maybe same,
Okay.
but it seems now, because I've seen shots of one actress and I've seen another one. So I think it's the both. I think we're getting, the show and the movie. But the Penguin thing originally was like from the drop. It came like, and we're supposed to be getting, if I'm not mistaken, a specific Batman and Commissioner Gordon like TV show that's supposed to be coming to
Oh,
HBO.
wow.
Um, now again, take this with a grain of salt, kind of thing. These were all things that were mentioned in the beginning when Matt Reeves was setting this up. But the Penguin show, I know that it, like for a fact, it's a thing because Colin Farrell's been like hyping it up, like outside of DC Comics and stuff. It was on his Twitter and stuff like that. Um, the Batman TV show of Commissioner Gordon, I want to say it's still a thing, but I haven't heard or seen anything. But um, I think if it's not the end of this month, it's the beginning of next month, or it might be May. But the developer day for like all these companies, Disney, Sony, Microsoft, it's when they do the reveals. I want to say it's coming up like really, really soon. Because I know DC's like they just did their fandom, but their developer day is something different. That's when they usually drop like all the upcoming projects and stuff like that. Shit, bad dad jokes. My favorite movie is Crazy Beautiful. I'm trying to think what that is. I don't know if I would have to look it up. I'm here, Robinson. No. Always talking about DC. I'm excited because, for honest, and it's not like, it's like when we talk about like the Mandela effect, right? And everybody knows what that is, right? And everybody thinks about like the more
Mhm.
common things about the Mandela effect. But honestly, sometimes I think we're like, and I know Dank will agree with me, and some of people have heard him talk about this with that multiverse effect. Because I've loved DC stuff throughout the years, and yes, I'll agree. There's some bad DC stuff, like Halle Berry's Catwoman, like the original Justice League, the Josh Whedon. Oh, right, hold on, I got a guest coming in.
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
Here's my boy now.
hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can be fine.
Okay, good. All right, good. I got something on my face. Anyway, I think you misunderstood what I was doing, bud.
Let's hear it, because I like that sparked a whole conversation for me, man. It was so good. Because, okay, let me tell you what I think you were trying to, because I know that you weren't talking about because you heard the end of it about the tracking your channel and stuff like that. That's not really what I was talking about. What I was trying to talk about was like, because hashtags can really help out your channel, but like how hashtags are used are differently than how you were looking up. And one thing I can say is like no one really searches using
Of
hashtags.
course
Like no
not. Of
one.
course not. That's not what I was
No,
suggesting at all. That's not
no,
what I
I
was
know,
suggesting.
no, and I know that. So like how hashtags, like how they've helped my channel, and I know they do work, but it's not a guarantee. None of these tips are a
Let me
guarantee.
tell you. Let me tell you what they have. They also have what they call tags. Do you know that, right? They
Uh-huh.
have a tag box.
Uh-huh.
So, tag box and hashtag are the same thing. First of all, the number one priority on search engine is your title.
Hmm.
Whatever whatever keywords are in your title is number one priority. Then what's in the description? The tags are the last in
Yeah,
priority.
yeah. Tags you should only use if you're like trying to
Okay,
brand for a
here's
company.
here's what use, like for instance a comic book. We normally spell comic book as comic space book, right? But some people like to spell it with the one word, comic books.
Hmm.
Okay, so you put that in hashtag. So when somebody searches, hey, I want to look for some comic book channel and types in comic books without a space, since you put that in your tag, yours will rise above others who don't have that in their tags. Your channel will rise above the other channels that does not have comic books all together without a space. So that's what tags are used for, is that it gives you priority. Once all the priority is done with the title and the description area, you will look at your tags, and then tags will determine how the search will occur. So users will come up like the misspelled words. I often misspell like the kitchen and kitchen. I get that mixed up,
Neighbor. A lot of people, because there's a lot of different ways to spell neighbor. So I know that's one that
Yeah, so you will put that in your tags so that you will, just in case somebody misspells something when they search, yours will rise up in the search engine. Okay, that's what the tags are used for. Now, difference between tag and hashtag. Hashtag is hyperlink to it.
It can be, yeah.
And also, once you only way you can create a hashtag page, not hashtag, but hashtag page, is one person, one YouTube channel puts the hashtag in a comment in their description section or title section. Then all of a sudden that page gets created, right? And that page can be filled up with other people who share the same hashtag. So the hashtag is exactly like a tag, except now hashtag has a hyperlink associated with it. The YouTube already have a box called tag. If you break it out, there's a tag box where you could put all kind of tags on there that you want to use.
I think they are. Every phonetical word in English already exists in there. I mean, like if you actually like gone through there A through Z, I think every phonetical word that you can think in the English language has already been hashtagged.
Also, another thing is because we don't use space. For instance, Evil Mike, for instance, or Evil Comic, for instance, is not used by everybody else. Only used by you right now.
No. But that's not something you say in like.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that I'm just pointing out
I
that
I get what you're saying.
You could use those to filter out your pages. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that will give you more growth on your channel. I'm not claiming any of that stuff. All I'm saying is
that that's one of the things I'm telling people is it's not like I'm not saying it's a guarantee or anything. Use all your weapons at your discretion, you know.
But if you want to put a keywords in it, put in your description, put in your title. That has the priority.
No, the description doesn't at all.
Yeah,
the description has no priority.
Title, your description, then the tags. That's the order of the priority.
Oh, you want to know how I can prove it? Go look at a million sub channel. Go pull up a million sub channel. There's one called Rain, and they don't even have a description.
Well, some probably don't need a description.
No, I mean because that's
also,
not.
He could also have all the tags also, but for us small channels, description matters. Description has a higher priority than tags. So I mean this. I studied this myself too. So I'm a programmer by profession. I do database programming. I do filtering data and all that stuff, and data analysis and all that stuff. So, far as how algorithm works, I mean, I generally know how the algorithm works on YouTube, and so, I mean, I'm guessing, right? I mean, it's just but what I'm saying is that I'm not guessing just out of thin air. I'm not just saying, hey, I think this will. I'm not saying this will happen. But far as my video was concerned, I'm not claiming any of that. I'm just saying, hey, this is how people are using hashtags in our community. And if we're going to use it that way, then we could use it this way. That's what all I was suggesting. I'm not suggesting I wasn't suggesting that tags will give you more growth on your channel, or it will give you more users, subscribers, or somebody's going to, hit. What's that noise? Is that mine or yours?
It might be hidden. Not mine. I don't think so.
What noise?
Some kind of noise.
It sounds like a jacket, or I don't know.
What, in the background or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You don't hear it?
I mean, I think somebody might be.
Ceiling?
I think somebody might be taking a bath upstairs, but
Oh, okay.
It's not right now. I'll tell you again when you're here. No, but I wasn't saying that's what you were talking about. I was talking about the use of hashtags and like what you can use them for, because like different social medias, they're used different ways. Like on Instagram, you
Yeah,
use them different.
of course, sir, of
uh,
course. We
like
all call it
on
hashtag
Mhm.
out of simplicity, but Instagram uses hashtag differently than uh, Twitter. Twitter uses it different than YouTube. Twitter is the one who actually came out with the hashtag first,
Yeah.
and YouTube just applied that principle like about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Hmm.
They use a tag box instead. But
Hmm.
the reason they added hashtag because it was popular. Everybody liked hashtag. Everybody liked clicking on hashtags because it had a hyperlink to it.
Hmm.
So that's why they incorporated hashtags. So it was a for YouTube. It was afterthought design. It wasn't like, hey,
Yeah,
we're
it's a
going.
part of the beginning.
It wasn't something they thought of and considered anything more than, hey, it's popular by Twitter. It's popular by Instagram, so we're going to apply it onto YouTube channel
Hmm.
too. That's all
It
they
was the
did.
same. It was the
It-
same with the likes and the thumbs down, because remember, like in the beginning of YouTube, it didn't have all that either. It
yeah,
was the same thing with like I can remember back on like with Facebook, and it didn't have the whole like heart and like the different emojis that you can when you react to someone's page or whatever. No, I mean that's a progression of things. It's been nice. I mean I like especially from where it started to where it is now. But I mean
I,
it's just like no, go ahead.
I do like a hyperlink of the hashtag where it creates a page. Hyperlink
I love
is link.
I love the hyperlink.
Yeah, I like the hyperlink of the hashtag. It's different than tag, but that's the only difference. And uh, what I like about hyperlink is that it gives people gives people an option to click
Hmm.
instead of typing a search, right? People option to click on it instead of typing all that up. And it's especially good for like mobile phones. You could just click on it and you see all the people who use the same hashtag as Evil Comics, for instance, right? And
Hmm.
also you see a group of relevant videos that has to do with Evil Comics. I mean, that's I think that's the convenience of it. And far as me typing in a hashtag into a search engine, only reason I type those in to find the hashtag page
Oh
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
without the first initial hyperlink, I could not.
Yeah, I brought up the same thing, like how like if you go physically type in like hashtag grow together, it's gonna be like a whole bunch of like world stuff and way before you come to like
Yeah,
comic stuff.
yeah. Like
Hmm.
I showed on my page how you type in comic book worm, you will show worms, and the page with dealing with the worms and stuff. It has nothing to do with the comic book, right? But if you click on the hyperlink, then it will go to relevant channels unless there's some channel that has nothing to do with comic book channel. Put that hashtag that we share onto their description, and that channel will come up on there, and it could, sort of. So anybody can sort of mess with hashtag. Anybody can sort of ruin what hashtag page will look like. Anybody can just like I could go to some guy's vinyl channel, and all he wants to do is, hey, this is vinyl only hashtag, right? He write that down, and I go in there and talk all about comic books, hashtag comic book. I mean, I would put that in the
I love
hashtag,
the comic
and when
books.
somebody clicks on that, they will see my channel in there too, and which it will ruin the concept of grouping these people together. Grouping all
Well,
these
that's
people
good.
together.
Well, that's a good question. On your channel, since your name is Kong Bookworm, have you come across like a whole bunch of people that are into worms, or any one person that had worms in their title, or?
I think I'm saved by the comic book. I'm saved by the comic
Mm.
book, and also bookworm is a common word. Com- Bookworm is common word that people use to.
Yours comes up easy. And like the first time I searched it, it came out. Because there's some people I know, like Brian, he had that. That's why eventually he had to rebrand his thing. 'Cause his originally was like LCS, and whenever you searched it, it always came up like some French soccer team and
he
like
had
some
that
other.
he had that Spider-Man profile picture too. I remember that.
Mhm. Um, no, but the branding is like super important. Like especially like Um, no, but that was just like, I mean, because that's like that's mine specifically. That's why like you're not gonna find any other Evils comics like like
Well,
but I
I mean, I'm fine the way you used it. Actually, that's fine. I mean, that's the way how you're using it and how you're blending your channel is I think it's an excellent
oh,
way of doing it. So,
oh, you know what the hash you know what my hashtag is for? It's not for me or anything though. You know what I do use it for me, but you know why? It's like you said, the hyperlink in
yeah,
public. I can give
yeah,
that hyperlink to anybody, and bam, that it takes them directly to my page.
yeah.
You know, like, and I like at that point, instead of suggesting like, I mean, any videos, I let them pick. You know, I mean, it takes them to all my videos, kind of thing.
Try to
Like I
copy some.
wouldn't.
Try to copy somebody's URL. It's like a billion text long, right? So
You
you
can
know,
you can make your own custom URL.
I know about tiny URL.
Yeah.
I understand tiny URL.
Right.
Okay, but but
Yeah, but
you
a
could,
custom, yeah, it is long.
but if you make a little hashtag that's only used by you, and then you agree
Mhm.
with your friends, it's like a secret passage to a treehouse, right? Anybody can come into your treehouse if they want to, but once
Well,
you're in
that's why,
there,
like, well, that's one hashtag. I'm surprised you didn't pull it up because, like, the hashtag grow together, that's the old one. You know, he has the new hashtag grow together, and I forget what they call it now. Because that they were having that problem where it was just like you were saying, like when you go search the hashtag grow together, it's like a whole bunch of world stuff comes up. So they had changed it, like Gary B had changed it like 4 months ago or 3 months ago, and it's hashtag grow together something
well,
is
I
the
think
new,
I think it
new
works fine with our community because within our community we normally search comic books, right? So
oh,
even though hashtag Road Together has a whole bunch of different channels that are not relevant to comic books, because we search comic books ourselves, the Google algorithm will look at the hashtag, look at our search history, and give you a list of relevant channels first. Then, as it goes down, it will become less irrelevant. That's one of the things I wanted to show in my video was that hey, Grow Together will work fine because we all search comic books.
mhm.
We all look at comic book contents and stuff like that. So we have a plenty of within our phones, within our computers, laptops. We have plenty of history about the comic books. So when we put in hashtag Grow Together, the first thing will appear is relevant comic book channels rather
Right,
than uh, rather than other stuff. But if
world stuff.
you have a no history on your phone, for instance, and you type in Grow Together, it will be just random stuff. You know, because there's no history for algorithm to check on your history and say, hey, this guy likes comic books, so I'm gonna pull out all the comic book channel first and show him that first, and then as you go down, you'll you'll you know feel be more broad stuff out there. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to show. I don't know. I guess I don't know if maybe I didn't do that right. I don't know, but I'll try to do better next time.
No, I loved it because it was a great conversation piece. Like, no, you touched on all the right things. Like, I wasn't disputing what you were talking about. Like, I think there was one part, like, yeah, like, and I think there's still like, no, but like the description thing, like, I don't know that I'd want to see proven because like, we have tons of people in the community with like big channels and that their stuff pops up. I think it's really engagement is how that works. How other channels get put in front of other channels. I don't think it depends on popularity or anything like that. It just depends on engagement in the video, like thumbs up, comments, that kind of stuff.
Well,
You
I
know?
mean, I don't pretend to know how to create a viral video. Okay, I don't pretend to know how to do
Oh, I
that.
don't.
Yeah, okay, but far as search is concerned, right? Uh, you could prepare your channel so that when somebody search certain keywords, yours will come up there, come up
Oh
to
yeah.
the top of the list. You could design it you could do it that way, right? That has nothing to do with how popular your channel is or how popular your video is, right?
No, but that's see, that's the point I think you're missing is like already in our community, and this was a question I had asked in the chat before, and within my channel or other people's channels, how many like non-comic book creator or IG creators are in your channel. The thing about the hashtags is that that's the way to bring new growth, new viewers, new.
I understand what you're saying there. Okay, there's a philosophy of hitting everybody. Like you creating a huge net, big net to
Mhm,
bring everybody in. Or there's a
mhm,
philosophy of bringing people that are relevant to you,
mhm,
that are relevant to your channel, right? You can approach two different ways. Okay, uh, now this to me more consistent way is looking for people that have same interest than with you, rather than trying to be instead of trying to please everybody, you please the people that have the same interest, a common interest to you, instead of trying to please everybody. If you try to please everybody, yeah, of course, then you need to make it so that your terms are more broad and terms are more. You want to bring people from here and there and bring all these new people in, all that
okay.
stuff. Yeah,
I
and that's the
add
one
up,
that's one philosophy. But another
add up.
philosophy is that I'm gonna go with all the uh, people who are interested in comic books and who are interested in, even we could even narrow it down to, hey, I want to just go to people who are interested in just Bronze Age comic books, A- and as that tag has shown you my the video, hashtag video I have shown you, there are plenty people out there that are just using comic book tags. Uh, I mean, there are plenty people out there that we never even touched on that are
Mhm.
using comic book tags, and so that means there's even more people out there that are interested in comic books, right? So that's just content creators, right? We're not looking at these guys who don't create contents, and that's just content creators. When you type in hashtag comics and click on the hashtag comics, you got what 30,000. I mean, a whole bunch of channels out there just using sharing that same hashtag, right? That means you got plenty of people out there creating contents for comic related contents. That means
Yeah.
also there's plenty people who's not using that tag and are viewing these channels. So there's a plenty where you could extract the people who are common to you and have that grow that way. To me, that's more consistent growth rather than this. If you do it broadly, yeah, if you got the right viral video, I think you could, bring lots of people, right? But those are not the people that have the same interest as you. They just came in because you create a video that appeals to a whole bunch of people, and now you are now in pressure to create another video that pleases everybody. To me, that's just too much. I mean, if you have talent for doing that, do it. But if maybe you could sing well, or maybe you have a certain talent that a lot of people are interested in watching, then yeah, you could do it. But for a person like me that has a very narrow focus, and have not that kind of talent where that so many people will be interested in, I have to focus on people who has the same interest as me, and just get together with those people and be happy with the people that shares the same common interest. And that's my goal of the channel. It's not a My goal is not about having a viral video and accommodating millions of people, right? I mean, I have no capability to keep people interest in that broad way. you know, I'm not what's it, Colbert, what's his name? Stephen Colbert, or people like that can talk and you know and have a writer that can write for me, and I just don't have that. So yeah, I don't know.
One, I like to say that I'm not doing this to please anybody. So either or, I'm doing this for me, and I think that's like the easiest way to look for it. If other people enjoy what I'm doing, that's kind of the hope, right?
Yeah,
And like, my goal is not, like that like that concept of like how do you make a viral go video, I think is like obsolete, because I think most of those people that make a viral video, like I have two. I've already hit the 50,000 view, and I have another one that hit the 250,000. And on my IG, that's a different story. but those are only like 1 or 2 videos, and guess what? They weren't planned. It just happened.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
I think that's a lot of that out there. And no, like Dank puts out here that like there's a lot of channels that do it on a consistent basis because like
But
I think it's like
but you said
pushing.
that number is, you say there's a lot, but then how many is not doing it? Compare, when you say lot, what do you mean lot compared to what? What ratio are you talking about? Are you talking about 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 1,000,000, 1 out of 10,000? What does that lot mean?
It
Right?
depends on you. For me, like 40 versus 100,000 is a big difference.
No, what I mean
And
is that the
ha-
people
and have,
who's able to
ha-
consistently create, who is able to consistently create viral videos. Okay,
well,
how many?
okay, so one problem with this theory is once you go viral, you usually pick up fans. So at that point, it's not even like a necessity of continually creating viral videos that are going to hit the views because most of the time you already have the views. It's just the same people tuning in. There's that. But you have to get there first. So you can't like doubt yourself to begin with. You have to like I mean,
I'm not
you're
doubting anybody. I'm not
well,
doubting
no, no,
anybody.
no. No, it's all about you, right? I'm specifically right now. I'm talking to you, Nam, and like, you can't just because for one, that's got to be like my greatest like advice to anybody is don't doubt yourself and don't doubt what you can do or what's possible versus like what anybody else is doing. Because for one, we're all kind of doing the same thing, right? But it's not exactly. There's personality, there's information, there's knowledge, there's appearance, there's what we show, there's a lot of different candidates that are involved. So don't get in that mindset just because there's like 100,000 channels that are doing the same thing that somehow you fit into that mold. You don't.
Well,
You are,
I'm not saying that at all. I don't think. What I'm
well,
saying is that what I'm saying
each,
is that I just don't know how to create a viral video. That's all I'm saying. I know my limitation. I just don't know. I don't know how to consistently create a viral video.
but is
Uh,
that the goal? That's
no,
not
it's
my
not the
goal.
goal. That's not my goal. That's all I'm
No.
telling you. So
No, if it happens, it happens. But like, like I agree with you. I don't want to be that guy that's got like a billions of fans because for one, I'm doing this on a personal level, like being able to talk to you and Hidden and Travis and Dank, being able to talk to actual people. I think, once you
yeah,
get over to
that's what I enjoy. This is what I enjoy. This is
well that
talking to
well that's
Mike.
like,
That talking to
it's
Mike
like
from Houston.
well, it's like once you get to like 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, it gets a lot harder to like engage with each individual person, right? So
Yeah,
like, so it's like, and Dank said this a long time ago, and I remember like when he started to like, because all of a sudden he just started to blow up, and I remember when he was at like a 200 and 300 sub channel, and he had made that statement like, man, this is the niche right here. This is where I like it. I have enough people, and it's like, but he couldn't stop it. I mean, he continued to. I mean, the only way you can stop it really is to destroy your channel, kind of thing. I mean,
yeah, cuss
and it's
people out. You might get
kind
people that way too,
right.
though.
Yeah, there's a definite way. Yeah, yeah. Just you just want to piss people off. You know what I'm saying? No, but like I mean, I think there are those people out there, and don't confuse that. There are those people where that's the goal, that's the main goal is they're trying to make those viral videos. They want to be YouTube famous and stuff like that. A lot of people in our community, I don't think that's us. We're doing this for our personal love or
Denk is coming on.
I don't know. I don't have anybody backstage. I
Oh
wish.
no, no, no! I think he wants you to drop a link.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Um,
I haven't seen Denk in so long. Denk, has he been creating contents lately?
he been working on video. If he pops in, that was a lot. Like he was working on like I think he was um like filmmaking and stuff like that. Because I know he was already doing his short stories and stuff like that. I love his short stories. Has anybody else seen Dank's movies that he made? Have you
No,
not?
no.
Oh,
Can you play
man.
some?
I don't know how to do that. If you can share, look, look, look,
I could share. Show me where the link is.
look, look. We got the man right here. We got the man in the
Hey,
flesh.
Denk.
Yo, 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 what up?
Yo,
Hey, good to see y'all.
good seeing you, Denk.
I mean, I haven't been totally gone. I'm on a weekly comic book news show with Simple Man's Comics every Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So I've been searching for wrong channel then.
No. I haven't made stuff in like over a month. I was in
Okay.
LA. It was kind of a disaster. But also beautiful things happened. A lot of crazy, beautiful things happened.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I ended up in a small room with Kanye West at some point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was totally out of nowhere for no reason. And then
That's dope.
I had to go to the bathroom, and he was in my way. So I was like, "Oh, excuse me." And then, but he was like talking to somebody. He was like really intense. And then security was trying to talk to him, and instead they moved all the furniture out of the way. And then I could walk through. I was like, "Oh, thank you." I think they're his
Wow.
bodyguards. And that was rant.
Wow.
Like he wasn't supposed to be there. It wasn't like his event. He just happened to be there.
We're gonna move the wall instead of Kanye West.
Hey,
Kinda, yeah.
they're that big. Why not?
You know, I met a bunch of people that are really, yeah, incredible. And I ended up I actually ended up in a near one of the last nights. I ended up in a group of like older socialists that used to be student protesters in the 70s in Korea. A group of older Korean people, and just eating with them, and out of nowhere, just yo, man, it's different over there. I mean, compared to the East Coast, I don't know. I think I want to go there for a little bit because New York, at least, New York is very different.
Different.
But
Really?
yeah, I missed everybody. I think Mike's making a great point about why we're here. I guess just to be in a community, to be honest, more so than to be a successful YouTube creator. I mean, there are people with those ambitions. You know, so they want to make the T-shirts and stuff like that. And that's good. That's fun, you know.
I do want to wear t-shirts.
But I did just see a video today with the interview with Mr. Beast. You know, you guys all know. I never watched his stuff, but he was saying you can do it for free, like become viral or whatever. You just got to come up with a clever idea and execute it. So like one of his simple ideas was like just walk across the country and film it, you know, and then that will start getting like there's like so many things that can be done. But
Look at
I don't have that
no,
kind of initiative, though. I don't have that kind of initiative.
or energy or energy.
no, I understand. Yeah.
I do have work, and I guess I'm pretty comfortable with the what I can get from my work, so I have no need for that kind of stuff, and I'm perfectly happy with this community thing and just getting to know people and talking to people. I'm just happy with that. And
Yeah, it's excellent. I think this is one of the great communities, pop culture communities out there. For sure, for many reasons, many reasons.
Look,
Unlike, huh?
I'll tell you the easiest way to grow your channel. You know what? You're already doing it because guess what? This is the best community in the world. And as soon as they find you, they're going to suck you up. It's going to take a little time, but because there's like 1,000 or 2,000 of us. But I mean, you know, like, I mean, after we all find, I mean, that.
oh, look at this group, man. We just need a female panel in this because we got all ages, all shades of ages.
Well, we got the all female. You know, we got the queen crew. We got
Yeah,
Angela.
it's great to
and
see that
Nicole.
actually, to be honest,
Nicole.
because
Yeah.
99 to actually, according to my stats, 100% of my audience is male. You know,
Same.
and I'm just, I don't know.
Evil.
Stats are funny.
Did you read what I said in the private chat? Because I said I had to take my dogs out, and that's why I left.
did.
So. Okay, I just want to make sure because like I couldn't find a break in the conversation to
Oh, I'm sorry
anything.
about that.
No, Norman was talking, so I didn't want to cut him off. But I did.
Yeah.
And
Sorry about that,
if somebody would have asked, I would have brought it up. But I guess everybody was into Norman's conversation.
Sorry about
No,
that.
it was good. It was. I mean, because I love conversation, but I mean, isn't that the point? That's what, like, you know, earlier on, like right here, Beef, it was like how many huge channels are actually worth a while watching, you know? And it's like, I mean, you know, and it's not, I'm not going to say anything about the big channels. I mean, I'm not going to say I specifically watch them. At one time I did, but it's like a disconnect. And that's the difference right here is it's like two different communities really, because you have the big, you know, channels, and then you have us, and us, we're all like, very talkative, very interactive, very sociable. There's, and I mean, that's kind of how it should be, right? I mean, we're all here for that passion, whether it's some form of the pop culture stuff, but in some form of fashion, we're all nerds, and we need friends, and look, and but,
I mean,
you know,
there. I mean, Dank probably know this, but people of my age, of my race, enjoying uh, Marvel and DC comic books. I mean, how many is there? How many is there?
I
Yeah.
haven't come across a lot. I can say that, and I love them.
It's somewhat rare because technically you didn't grow up with comics, I guess, right? Like American comics. Did you like when
I
growing
was
up
12 when I grew up. With, that's when I was introduced to comic book, the Marvel and DC comic book when I was 12.
in the
Close.
States?
In the state, I came to the United States when I was 11, and a year later I was introduced to comic book.
You've been
So,
here since you were 11?
yeah.
Whoa. Oh, I didn't know that.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I got into comics when I was 7, and comics helped me like meet different neighborhood. Like my parents moved too much. So I would move every year and lose all my best friends every year, and and that sucked. But I got used to it. I'm good. I'm okay. But every time I went to a new neighborhood, comics was a way to connect with new people too, because like there was always comic nerds in wherever you moved to, and I would live in the suburbs or the projects. Like it didn't matter like where I was, and that was, I think that really helped. And
I mean, I collect comic book when my high school friends collect comic books. Then I stopped because nobody collect comic books around me, right?
yeah, I think
And
a lot of us stop at 18.
I stopped when nobody collect
Seems like
comic books, and it's been like 40 years since I started collecting again. And one of the reasons is that I see these channels, bunch of people collecting comic books, and I go, hey, I could talk to these guys about comic books. And without a community, collection sort of don't make sense to me anyway. With the,
Mhm.
concept.
I mean, if I'm just collecting, then I'm just hoarding, right? I'm just hoarding stuff by myself, But if I have a collection going and I could share my collection or see someone else collecting the same thing and talk about it, without that community, I just couldn't keep the collection interest going. I- And this YouTube community was a reason why I say, hey, I want to start collecting again because I want to be able to talk to these people, So
But I used to think I collected well. Like I collected a lot of comics in the 90s. I was like, man, I was really into comics in the 90s, but I have more comics than I've ever had before in my life now as a grown ass man. I'm 38 years old. I don't know if you guys know. I'm not that young. So
That's
I'm just like, holy smokes, what the F did I do? This is more than everything I've ever owned. It's like,
So now, hold
my,
on.
my wife always goes, comic books again?
So now let me ask you: Are you reading current comic books, like modern comic books?
I do, but very slowly. I do read it. I like some of the modern comic books. I love the idea of stray dogs. Uh, I
Mhm.
like that Bermuda concept. I always love that kind of story, anyways. Um, I like these any comic book that has to do with islands, 3 dimensional. I mean, the 4 dimensional travel kind of things, and time travel, multiverse, all those things. Those things are not new, guys. Those things were available
No,
back in
in
when I used to
70s.
read books when I was like
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, whatever.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm gonna die in a pile of comics, or get like trapped, like a stack of comics falls on me, and I'm just like
Yeah.
You
starve
see
to
that?
death.
I'm,
You see that
I've
box
got a
there?
whole King Tut. I've
It's
got a
going up
whole
and
King
up.
Tut burial thing. I'm getting buried with my comics.
Oh
So
yeah. He was like an archaeologist. Like, this man was a great man, and they surrounded him with comics, and
yeah, I'm gonna have the death of Superman and some other shit like surrounding me.
you're
They're
gonna
gonna be
talk
like,
about
"Fuck this
the
nerd,
the Batman worshippers and the Superman worshippers, and you
sweet
know
Patrick." It's right
they're
there.
not even gonna know like this was, we knew it was fake. They're gonna think we thought it was real, like Hercules and Zeus. I have a feeling they believed in Hercules and Zeus just as much as we believe in Batman and Superman.
Isn't it the same thing? Isn't my? I mean, isn't
I
that
still
our
believe in
modern
Hercules
Hulk?
though. I still like Hercules though.
You feel like Hercules?
I mean, that show was fun. It had a lot of chutzpah. I thought. You remember that
Okay.
show Hercules with Kevin Sorbo
Xena.
and Xena? Yeah, that was good stuff.
That's before his time.
Before
Do you know,
Jim's
do you know
time.
those like Hercules and Xena the Warrior Princess?
I don't know. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
you just skip it.
Did you ever watch that live action Mortal Kombat show? That was a little later.
Hmm.
You might not have. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't think so,
asking.
no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. Well, I mean, shows are so good now, and they're so well produced. I guess we'll never get that kind of. Well, I guess the best thing you compare it to is the shows on CW, right? The CW shows, you know.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
closest. Yeah,
Yeah,
a little schlocky, a little cheap,
it's the
but
same feel.
quick, easy,
know,
fun. Yeah.
I think it was the same company. That's what CW like merged into like over the years or whatever.
Yeah, it was like UPN and WB merged and made CW.
Because they honestly, if you've seen like the Flash or Arrow or I mean, pretty much seen Hercules or Xena, but with better costumes, and because it's like 15 years later. But you know, no,
I mean,
I love the CW shows. They're okay. I know Travis likes them. Glenn likes them.
I've been working on this like samurai project. You know Yasuke, the Black Samurai. Do you know about Yasuke? So yeah, in Japan, the first foreign samurai ever was a black man from Mozambique. It wasn't a Korean guy. It wasn't a white guy. It was actually a black guy. Like it happened to be black. The first foreign samurai in like 15 or 14 something, 15 something. Anyway, he's from Mozambique. His name was Yarube, and he was renamed Yasuke. Yo, look at this. Look at that. You want some of that? I'm doing a giveaway later, you guys. So stay tuned for this.
hashtag cash.
There you go, right there. You see? Now we're learning. Now we're learning.
Go viral, bitches.
Hashtag cash.
Watch.
No, this is fake. This is fake.
account's
This is
already
fake
jumping.
money. I have this
And
for
look, we got
movies.
2 more people.
So anyway, yeah. So we're gonna do a little game, right? So if you guys can guess, I'm just kidding.
Yasa, what is it? Yasa what?
Oh, Yasuke, yeah. So I wanted to make a show about this character because he died. He disappeared at the age of 26 later, and Netflix made a animated thing about it, and there was supposed to be a film about it by Lionsgate. I've been working on this project for over 10 years, right? And this guy, he disappears at the age of 26. So I was going to tell the story after he disappeared, and it was going to be a retelling of Don Quixote set in samurai Japan, of this like, you know, the samurai in Japan, and everyone's after him, and he leaves Japan. He goes to Korea and China, and then into India, blah blah blah. But the way to make it work is to shoot it like the Xena and Hercules shows. Like you gotta bring the budget down, make the stories really good, and it could work. And it was supposed to be like a 5-year series, and then he ends up in India looking for this like demon witch to find out the truth of everything. And this period of time is known as the last days of demons because guns were introduced by Lord Nobunaga, who is the one that made Yasuke a samurai. And once guns were introduced, like demons were obsolete. So they're like in hiding and being killed off in this era. So you see him occasionally have to deal with like demons. It's such a good project. And it will get made. I don't care if like other people made the Yasuke project. They didn't do it right. And I'm gonna do it right. But that's later down the line. But y'all listen to me though. I know what I'm talking about. You know, I have a friend. So I'm actually I life coach people too. But I have a friend. He like will listen to my advice, and then he goes off and is an idiot again. And then and I'm like, dude, didn't I tell you? And then he like listens, doesn't listen. But part of it is I'm not rich, right? And he's always like looking up to rich people. And I told him once, like, hey, you know why I have to make $1 billion? He's like, why? So then you fucking listen to me, man. Because it's like I have to make $1 billion for people to fucking listen.
Show the page, Mike.
Somebody share with me. I can't share.
I shared it. I shared it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Just click on it.
Oh man, I don't know why the shares don't give me.
Oh, Yasuke, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
It's a pretty incredible story, and I think it's a story that like Americans need to know in general because again,
It's a good
not
story.
the first black samurai. I'm saying the first foreign samurai happens to be a black guy. You
It
know,
is one
so
of my.
and that's significant. I think that, and then I think people need to know that because a lot of Japanese people know about this person, but like Americans don't, and I think it's kind of a shame to be honest because it is quite a historic precedent. He's an extraordinary figure. The story is amazing, actually, the real story.
Yeah,
But he
just
disappeared. He just
just
disappeared.
retelling that story would be just awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna tell the story of why he disappeared and where he
Uh,
went, because that's
so
sort of like the mystery of Yasuke. Where did
and
he
that's
go?
after you do the real story. After you do the real story.
No, I'll let other people do the real story. I mean, I'll show the real story in flashbacks later, right?
No,
It's
see
just
how you do it is you start the show and you have him disappear where somebody's looking for him, and the whole show goes on where like each episode is told from like a different stranger that like that like maybe this person is going from like town to town, and like the whole show is done in like third person accounts with the final ending of like the hope of like finding him again or whatever.
so actually the way it works is the first like 3 episodes is him dealing with this one person and like taking out this like slave master at a textile mill, and he does all this like con artist shit and swindling, and he has like a Dutchman he works with, and super cool, right? And then the end it has like a cool twist that shows you how the world is different because like blah 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 blah. And then the next chapter, next part is he's leaving Japan and 3 groups of people are after him because he's caused so much trouble. So it's about these 3 gangs of people that are all closing in on him, and they all like kind of you find out why they have different, feelings about him and why they hate him. And that's why he has to leave Japan. And then he ends up in Korea looking for his demon, which he thinks is the person that led to the betrayal of Nobunaga, who was his like master. Because he's after his demon witch. But then there's like a super twist, like a meta ultra twist at the end. After he goes to India and finds a demon witch, and you learn the truth about everything. And it's so intense. It's like, it's so good. It's so good. It's gonna blow your mind. Like, I just had a cup of coffee. I'm a little.
Oh, you know what? I'm never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
But recently I was in LA. I gave a pilot script out to a couple people that seemed pretty. They all seem very interested. And it's a comedy about a cult, and like the twist is like they're not evil because like every cult show, the twist is they're evil. So in this show, the twist is the leader is not evil, and she's actually trying to like make the world a better place. And the lead character is a jaded PR agent that doesn't believe in anything, and she's hired by the cult to promote them. In the meanwhile, she's like secretly writing an expose for Vanity Fair to kind of expose this cult because everyone wants to know who are they really, but she can't find like anything wrong with them, and that's sort of like the comedy of it. And it's also like it's like Ted Lasso kind of like watching like positivity destroy people, and then yeah, I lost my train of thought, but and it's like a reverse fight. It's like a love fight club. It's like a reverse fight club where like homework assignments are like, okay, this week you're gonna go help a stranger move, or like this week you're gonna go help a stranger get a job. And then you watch like the members of the cult go and do it, and like how they do well or how they fail, how it doesn't work out. It's not always working out all the time. It just shows you like how this can have an effect in the city, and because she's promoting non-transactional acts of kindness. Because everything's so transactional because of capitalism and stuff like that. So even all our relationships, and that's sort of a tragedy. So her premise is when we do non-transactional acts of kindness for strangers, especially people you don't know, that is the greatest expression that we're one, right? Because if we're separate, then we have to have transactions. But if we're one, so like if I help a stranger, you're helping us because we're one. So like, and that's sort of the philosophy behind this cult leader. And the way they finance themselves, they have a vegan Asian restaurant chain called Vegasia. And it's accidentally, it's called Vegasia. It should sound like vagina. That's the point. And it's accidentally a huge hit and that restaurant chain is what finances the group. So she's not even taking money from people. Like
It also sounds like geisha.
Yeah.
Vagasia, the
Yeah.
Vagasia. I mean, I'm
I
gonna write a
mean,
cook. I'm gonna make a YouTube channel called Vagasia too,
it
and a
also sounds like
cookbook.
a geisha too, though. I mean, that's what I'm just want to note.
Well, I
That's
think
the gauge. It's the vacation. You know, it's
yeah, the
part of
Geisha is
Vagasian.
a
You throw
vacation.
any
geisha
fruit
is
or
a
vegetable into the
The
Vagasian,
gauge.
it will be
We're
delicious. It
gonna go
comes
to
out
we're
delicious.
gonna go to the Geisha before we go see the Geisha in theaters. This, no, okay. So backtrack. So the first one you were talking about doing like Sasuke, the samurai
Yasuke. Yeah,
no, with the cult stuff. What's that? Are you
that's a
talking about?
modern. That takes place now in New York.
Are
It's
you
called
talking
the
about like a show, a movie?
show.
Like
It's a pilot. It's a comedy pilot that I got like a bunch of producers are they're into it, and like I got like 3 different groups into it, and they don't know
look at the
that
chat,
I
man.
got 3 people into it. You know, like they all think they're the only ones with it. So, and then I let them all. Oh yeah, actually, a bunch of people are interested, and then they start like competing. You know, like that. You know, I gotta manipulate everybody because they're trying to manipulate me. And if you're trying to be a filmmaker, I don't know who's trying to be a filmmaker, but if you're trying to be a filmmaker or whatever, it's good to be like a YouTuber too or a comic book creator because I'm also lettering a comic book right now, and that's really hard, but I'm doing it. And because then you're not just a filmmaker. So if you go in to negotiate as just a filmmaker, they know how desperate you are, so they can kind of give you these weak ass deals. But if they know you're also a YouTuber, you're also a comic book creator, you're also a dancer, you're also like whatever, you make pasta really well, whatever, right? You have other things you can rely on, so they can't just treat you like you're worthless because they want you to feel small so they can negotiate the worst deal for you. So you gotta act like you don't give a F about them and you don't need them actually. And you're there if they want to get rich, they can work with you or not. Like that's the attitude you kind of gotta go in with, and that's how it happens, folks.
Hashtag cat.
Jim. You want to be a filmmaker too, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you like writing scripts or?
Yeah, we're actually taking a filmmaking unit in my digital art course this year. So I'm making a short film for my project at the end of the quarter. So yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, if you listen, I'm part of a free screenwriting group that meets on Zoom or whatever.
Okay.
And it's made up of people of all ages and walks of life. And all you have to do to join is like show a sample your first time, and then you never have to show anything after, or you can show anything anytime you want, and they'll read it, they'll table read it and critique it. And I think it's a little better than I've been to film classes too, but this is not it's a private thing, so I find it's a little better because I find sometimes the academic setting everyone's like competing with each other, and that's so effing annoying because like we're all so unique, we all have unique voices, unique. And in this private group, because it's not, no one's paying tuition, no one's competing, everyone's just trying to make the best out of everyone's stuff. But I feel that in school settings sometimes, like especially like art school, kids they just see each other as competition.
Boya?
And if you're like you're really good, you'll find someone hates you. Like that's what sucks about effing school sometimes, like because they shouldn't be about that.
What's the word? Another word you're looking for, because it's like one of the things you're lacking, but it's like, in school it is like very competitive and stuff like that. In the outside world, when you find something like that where there's no money involved, it's just about like growth and encouragement and stuff like that. And so if you can find a good group that's really about those standards,
I also think
especially
yeah.
like within the YouTube community, because I mean, there's been a bunch of times I've bounced ideas off other people and it's vice versa for them to me. And, it's good to have, creative, criticism and not come from like either a competitive standpoint or like a just hateful standpoint.
I think part of the problem is like what they don't emphasize enough for artists is purpose. So it's just like success. Like it's all about like success and money and winning instead of like purpose. Because if it's about purpose, you don't need to compete. but they don't teach that in school. They don't teach some sort of grounding philosophy about why, and people make shit up. They'll be like, oh, I just want to tell intersectional blah blah blah. They say all the PC shit to get grants from all the institutions, but that's horse shit. I'm saying like a deep inner purpose. And I think one of the main things to know is like, I feel there's a spectrum of two kinds of artists that make art to be loved, and artists that make work to love the world. And I think that's sort of the thing, and if you can get more to you're making shit to love the world, to let people know they're not alone, to make something that resonates with another person so they realize like, holy shit, I'm not alone. Yeah. That's so much more important than being loved. And unfortunately, a lot of young kids in art school, they're like they just want to be loved secretly, like because they have a hole in their heart because their parents didn't like love them for what they are, like without conditions, unconditional love actually.
It reminds
And
me,
that-
everybody give thumbs up on this video.
That's okay. So getting off topic there, you want to hear the hardest thing to get people to do is get people to thumbs up your video, because like in a live stream it's easy. Everybody's usually like thumbs up in the video, but if you ever looked at your like view ratio versus your thumbs up versus like your comments, they're never equal. Like I myself, I don't get that, because me, every time I go into a video now, it's like, like a like first, and then I start watching the video, and then like after I watch the video I comment. If it's a live stream, it's always like a like, live chat, and then it's like I start typing or something like that. I don't get a lot of people like why it's so hard to click the like button.
Well, let me tell you why I think it's hard for me. If pushing a like button means I have to watch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel dishonest just liking it without finish watching it. And
Oh, yeah.
and so if I watch a little bit of it and liked it, I feel very dishonest. And I go, and because of a comic community, I want to come back and like it. And on top of that, I want to be able to comment on it, because that's more genuine to me, is liking it and saying something. So I say I'll come back to it and watch it, and I do it to a lot of them, but I just can't get to everybody, So I sometimes skip it, and I come back. I don't come back to it and finish watching the video. So
I think the strategy for getting likes is this is what I've heard from what I'm researching, is like you have to propose like, hey, if you feel like what I'm offering right now, it has value, if you can just give me a like that. That's sort of like, that's the proposal. It's sort of an exchange. Like you say like, hey, look, if you think this is providing some sort of value, I'd appreciate a like, and it's like that's what they say. So you create kind of a conditional relationship, and that will kind of get people, oh yeah, you're right, I am getting something out of this, and then they click the like. I don't do that, right? Like I don't do that ever, but I just know that is considered the way to really, if you really want likes,
Yeah.
I don't ask for like, I don't ask for sub on my videos. So if they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. But yeah.
What's your thoughts, Sidney? You've been quiet. What's your thoughts on it? I mean, for one, like you're at a younger fan base, so you're still in school, so you still have like, it's not just like work like most of us, or it's work and school. So like, what's your like, kind of like involvement on fan base level and stuff like that? Because like I can say myself, and I'm just talking about myself foremost and first, but like I got on YouTube specifically to connect with a whole bunch of people. I wanted to talk about the things that I was passionate about. I didn't have those people in real life, so that's kind of why I started doing what I'm doing. How is that like for you and stuff? I mean, like you're in school, and I'm pretty sure you already have like a real life kind of involvement on some level with your hobbies. So
yeah, do you work at a comic book store?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
he's a
So how does that like, do you feel like, I mean, are you doing it for an engagement type of thing? Because we all like, and I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody's goals, even if those goals are to become YouTube famous. I mean, that to each his own, right? Who am I to say what you can do with your time or okay, so like with you, what are your goals? Like, what are your and like I know you want to go big. I mean, that's the whole stretch. Like you trying to get to 4 to 5, bro. I mean, I wish I could just give people more likes and more subs. And it's like try like I try and like it sucks. It's like, well, here's 10 subs. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, you need to eat. Here's 20 subs, bro. I
Hey,
got.
you know what? Oh, go ahead. Let Jim speak. I haven't heard Jim, so let me.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, I first started like I wanted a YouTube channel for a while, like since I was like younger. But then like my mom finally let me have one started with COVID like 2020. And so I don't know, like at that point, like I didn't really have a goal really, and I still don't really have like I mean, I guess it would be cool to have like I don't know, like 1 million subs and like people who watch your videos like a lot of viewers and stuff like that. But like then you lose that interaction with your viewers as well. So I feel like I'm at a good place right now where I have like enough people in my live streams to at least fuel the stream and like enough viewers to satisfy me and stuff like that. Because like after a point you're gonna have all the chat comments on your live stream just going like going through super fast, and then you can't like stop and actually talk to people like that, which I like, and why part of why I do live streams more than videos, because you get that interaction, it's easy setup, and you get to actually like talk to people more than if they leave a comment on the video and you reply, like that. So that's just my take on it. I press the like button on every single video that I watch. It's just become a habit of me. I don't know why. First thing I click on a video, I like the video. That's just, I don't know why I do that. I just started doing that, and I pretty much like, if you go to my like history, that's pretty much the same as my actual like view history. So it's pretty much identical.
You guys, I have to go because I'm going into that writers group right now. I'm getting my script workshop. But Jim, for real, like if you you can have an outline. You don't need a full script, and and there's young people, there's older people. So if you're ever interested, like I'm not even just let me know, and I'll like forward you the email link or whatever.
Cool.
But seriously, let me know. Like, I don't know if we're IG people. Like, I don't know if we're connected on IG. I don't really use IG, so you should DM me. I feel weird saying this stuff.
I don't have Instagram. Like everybody asks me for my Instagram.
Right. Just email me. I'll just put my email in the private chat and just let me know. No pressure, But if it makes sense, if you think it's a good idea,
thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good seeing you. Good seeing you, Dank.
Well, likewise, you guys. I missed y'all a lot, like really. So, but I have to go. It's it's actually my script getting read. So, but dude, it's awesome to be here. I love y'all. Enjoy the night, yo. Take care.
All right. Good night. Good night.
So
now, go ahead.
Nah, go for it, Navin. Let's see what you got.
Okay. You were talking about likes and stuff and how people can get more views, and you were saying that my hashtag video brought some conversation. So I was thinking about another video, and I'm just going to throw it out there. And what do you think about that video? I was thinking about making a video about how to create a playlist and why it benefits the comic book community.
I like that because I use playlists, and honestly, I don't feel like enough of us use a playlist. Like I feel like it's missed gems. Like I've told people before, I have like in my playlist. I even put the music I listen to. Like if you were so inclined to figure out, like I kind of like that, and I go on people's pages and I actually go through like looking for like music stuff just to see what they're musical taste is, stuff like
You
that.
see my playlist? Have you seen my music playlist
I've
before?
listened. I've listened to yours.
Yeah, you have. I'm big
Uh,
on playlists on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm big on
I
it
mean,
because like,
I haven't done yours, but I've looked at your playlist. I didn't see a music playlist.
So
oh really?
let me explain what your playlist looks like. Okay. Go ahead and show me your playlist.
Me?
Yeah,
All right, I'll
You
you
pull
can
it
can
up.
share
share
that,
it.
right?
Yeah, I'll share it.
What's up, J Rose? And hi, Prime, if he's with you.
Okay, let me go
Let
to
me
my
show you. Let me show you. This could be illegal. What I'm proposing. I mean, not accepted by googly eyes. But
Yeah, it does. I've never had that problem, and even if I do, I just go back and add the copyright stuff in. So y'all can show whatever. I've
no,
shown nudity. I've
I mean,
cursed.
no. This is what I'm saying is that you know how you make your playlist, and you know how you can fall asleep with your music on,
Oh yeah,
and the music will just continue on, right?
I do.
Yeah, and you could also put it in a cycle, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep.
You
yeah,
could
yeah.
put it in a
You can
cycle
put
so
it on
they
an
will
endless loop.
repeat, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's say you like somebody's ASMR channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what ASMR is, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
listen to it and you fall asleep on it, and it will just cycle through, and that channel will get tons of view time and view mounts for those videos, right? Because you fell asleep on it, and it keeps on playing, right? So if we want to promote some channel, right, and we want them to have a tons of viewing hours, viewing minutes, all we have to do is create a playlist and play it and fall asleep on it, and that channel will get tons and tons of views and tons of viewing hours.
Technically, it does work like that. Yeah.
It does
So,
work like that, but it's not actual people watching your video, which is the most important part to me. It's not
well,
about the numbers, it's about like the people actually like you can't just I mean, you could fall asleep and while you're playing your playlist and put it on cycle, but I mean, that's not like actual hundreds of people watching your video, which is
no,
the
it's
main goal.
not that. But what I'm saying is that those of you who have reached 1,000, let's say those of you who have reached 1,000 videos, like some comic book community
The
member have
watch
reached
hours. Oh,
1,000.
okay. Now, I do know that we had a lot of people. Scott's in, if he's still here. I know he struggled with that. He's
So
talking about the watch
they're
hours,
not able to
and
reach they're not able to reach that 40,000 whatever hour 4,000 hours, right?
Mhm.
That watching hours. So
because I agree.
how we can help is watch them and put them on a playlist. Watch them when you are awake, but still, with also another thing it does help is that when you put on a playlist, instead of asking for another video, you will play the next video from that channel. Instead of offering
Mhm.
your way out of the video group,
Yep.
you will play the next video. So you could watch his videos one after another, and that will help that channel in tremendous. It's not about my channel; it's about someone else's channel, right?
No, no, no. I agree, and I wish you would have been around when a couple other channels were doing this because I agree with Jim. Like, it's technically not physical views, and that's what we're about, right? Because we're not those channels that are just trying to get views or likes, blah blah blah. But I do know some channels that have struggled with getting that live, because it's like the however many hours you need before you can get monetized. I know Scott struggled with it. I know Jerry struggled with it. A couple other good people. So like, I wish you would have promoted this before because it's honestly I didn't think about it, but honestly I do it. There was a soundtrack that I don't do it with comic book stuff, but I do go to sleep with the soundtrack, and the only
I,
way I could get the soundtrack was on YouTube.
I have a
So
legitimate reason for listening to these guys while I'm sleeping. I do fall asleep,
oh,
especially when the guy's voice is really good, like Lawrence. What's his
sorry.
name? Lawrence Lawrence guy. The guy. He
Me.
reviews comic books. You have a good voice.
Oh yeah, I got a great. Yeah. No, who
You
does?
do,
I mean, we all like technically we all got like unique and cool voices. I
yeah,
like.
you
I
do.
mean,
You
that's
do. No, you do have a good voice. You do have a really cool voice. I mean, I would love to
that's
have that
like
voice.
Dank's
Hayden.
got a good voice. Dank's got a good
Dank's got
voice.
a good voice.
Yeah.
He does.
Well, let's see. What's his name? I I like what's his name's voice. Lawrence. His name is Lawrence. He's a comic book reviewer.
Oh yeah. Damn, what the hell's his name? I know Lawrence. Yeah, he's got a real. He's got a. But Steve, hip hop some. He was here. He's got a dope
I,
voice. I mean,
I
He's
like
got a good voice, yeah.
I like Sleepy
yeah,
666 voice too. I like
yeah,
his voice.
Sleepy Reader. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sleepy Reader. And
Magic Lasso.
if
I
I
like his voice.
so if I like those guys' voice, I just put bunch of you guys in that list and just listen to it, and I fall asleep. I mean, that's a legitimate reason for me to have a playlist, because that's what you do with the music too.
Mhm.
You listen to the music, and it, these ASMR channels, that's how they get their hours, viewing hours.
Oh, they do. Like, bro, pull up, like, since you have the thing of, like, you can pull up, like, Rain, and Rain's got, like, I think it's, like, 34 million, and it's live. It's just Rain. It's
So
just Rain. It's just
I'm
Rain
Oh
with
yeah,
being
yeah.
so
recorded.
I'm just saying, hey, keep this in the family, keep it in the family, and do it with the comic book community. That's what I'm saying. Is that so?
That's a great suggestion. Like, especially if you really wanted to, like, help out something, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, like, creating, like, say you really want to, like, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, and like if you really want to like help out a channel, I mean, like, just make a playlist with the channel in there and stuff like that, and then like falling asleep to it, have it on a loop or whatever. I mean, at least they're getting physical views. And it's not to say that you're not physically watching it. Maybe it's a video that you already watched the first time or something, like, I mean, do your due diligence there where you watch it physically the first time, but then, like, maybe, I mean, if you really want to help them get views and stuff, I mean, but that's all it really does, help them, get the
So
views. But still, no.
I think playlist is wonderful. That another thing, that playlist that you could do for your channel. This is actually, let's say you create a playlist. YouTube will give you. YouTube will act like that playlist is a content that you created brand new. So you could actually create a content without actually creating a content by making a playlist on your channel. So that's the advantage
Yeah,
for
yeah,
your YouTube channel. So
yeah.
you could, and there's no effort for you except to collect a whole bunch of playlists and put it out there, and YouTube will act like that is a brand new content, and you get hits for it first time.
You know, another thing I don't see a lot of is we do the descriptions and stuff like that, and we have like regular links and stuff like that. You can link your playlist. Like, if you want, if
Yeah,
you want, if you want to get people to, watch this or that, you can add that to your description. What's up, Eric the Phoenix? Got the brothers in here. No, but you can do that. I've done that on several different videos. No, but the playlist is very, like, I've used that a bunch, man. I have a bunch of my reviews that are set in the playlist. I have like the music I listen to. I have like channels that I'm just into that are just good suggestions, that kind of thing. I have that in a playlist. Like, I think playlists right now, I have like 20 or 30 playlists, something like that. I have like a shit ton.
Really?
And and it's kind of cool because the playlist you can make private or public. So you can have like, like, if you like us, you can have your own private stuff. So I have my own like music kind of folder that is just for me or whatever.
yeah. Those channels, with the white noise or the
Hmm.
noise that makes the ocean noise or the
Yeah.
fireplace noise. I turn on those and fall asleep. Yeah. So, but anyway, well, I don't want to see my face that way.
Let's see.
You
I
want me to
never know
stop
what
presenting here? Oh boy.
Oh
extra
boy.
bit.
Stop presenting. I don't know how long we'd be talking about playlists for. I kept my screen up there. I don't know if you wanted me to go into any of the playlists or not.
I was waiting for you, but you didn't,
Yeah,
so I got
go ahead and play it.
Oh well, now I got to reach on my screen.
Oh, now
Well,
you
I mean,
gotta.
yeah, here.
You can show whatever you want to show. You can put it whatever kind of music. I don't care. Um,
You got
tell me when y'all share something, because it never pops up on the.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, like, how like when you get a guest and it makes the little like bell, and then you can see like a color flash or something. Like, for some reason when y'all share stuff, it doesn't.
I don't got that. I don't got that. But I do like a ton of different. I do like a ton of different stuff. So I got
Let's
the
try.
series Hidden Gem Wednesdays. So I got like all of these here. My most recent one was like 33. Yeah. So, anyways, I got that. along with the
Yeah.
drawing time lapses. So I got all of my drawing time lapses, and then the Iron Man drawings, which I'm doing an Iron Man series as well. So 6, 7, 8, and 9, and I still got to do Mark 10. So I got all
like
those.
2 of those, and that's it.
Well, there's a playlist. There you go. Right
You got some music on there?
Yeah, I do got some music here. I use Amazon Music a lot more here, but I rarely use this playlist. It's like Puff Daddy, De La Soul, Naughty by Nature, Tribe, Biggie
that old
Smalls,
school
stuff like
stuff.
that.
All right.
Jurassic 5. I'm huge into Jurassic 5 right now. Like
I like that stuff.
Clone videos, which I just started doing. Actually, I just did like a few of those.
Show one of them. Show one of them.
Well, you got to ask Mike because this is his channel, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do
show
that.
anything you want to. Go ahead.
Okay, which one you want to watch? Is your channel?
Just a short one. Just a short one. Whatever you want.
Okay. Wait, is it sharing the audio? We can hear that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can share audio. Yeah.
Here, I'll restart because we were talking. Okay.
I don't hear anything. Does anybody else hear anything?
Yeah,
No, there's no audio.
there's no audio at all.
I don't
Okay,
hear anything.
I'm gonna share a. Oh, I gotta share the system audio. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Click it again. We gotta share it again.
Okay.
Or Chuck's, just search up Hidden Gem Comics on YouTube. Okay, now it should work.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What's up, Cali Comics?
Take a shower yet today?
Such a moron. You know that?
Who are you calling moron? I'm you. Shut up.
Was that all of it? Oh.
Yeah, it's like 17 seconds long. It's just like, yeah, because like my longest one is like almost 2 minutes long.
So the trick is, where's the line? Where's the line?
Yeah, you got to spot the line. I do a good job hiding that, don't I? Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, thanks.
So where's the line, Mike? Where's the line?
Oh, that was you want to? I can show you where the line is. Shoot, where is it? Here it is.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see no line in that one.
Yeah, so it's actually like right there, I think. Oh shoot. It's like right on the edge of the TV. So it's actually kind of tricky because on this video, my TV actually turned off and it was black. So I had to cut it like right on the side of the TV. So you saw, because you can't have it like half black, half with it on. And same with the light here. Like you can kind of see how the light on the wall kind of fades away a little bit.
Yeah, because of TV produced light too. So
I can see it from the ceiling light, because if you notice in the ceiling light, you got light from like all sides except for the back side.
Yeah, that too. So you got to keep like, it's so touchy because you got to keep like the lighting the same, everything in the background the same, stuff like that. So
yeah, that was dope.
Did
It's funny. You're like, shut up, man.
Yeah, and then all my other stuff. So reacting to comic community videos, comic calls, which I don't really do anymore, and my animations, and that's pretty much it. So yeah,
I like his drawing, time-lapse drawings of Iron Man, especially.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah. So
Be good. Oh, there it goes. I've done more of your lives versus your not a ton of them.
yeah, I like watching live streams a lot more than videos. Just like I said, for the interaction, like it's easier it keeps me like interacted and it keeps me like in the chat and stuff like that.
Well, another thing is, since I got started, I haven't I have multiple interactions outside of YouTube. Like, I mean, I mentioned on the stream earlier, but my big best friend now is like Glenn. I'm on the phone with Glenn like nonstop. So when I do a live, I can't really be on the phone with him. Like he'll show up in the live stream or whatever, but like, I can sit there and watch like somebody else's live stream and still have him on the phone, and we can watch it together. Like we usually watch like Team Nerd Herd or low grades or something like that. And, I'll be on the phone with him. We'll be chatting about the show, stuff like that. But there's other people out, I mean, there's a bunch of people like me and Travis talk all the time, me and Roscoe, of course, all the people on Spine Ticks, but even outside of Spine Ticks, me and Roscoe, we talk all the time. Comic Journey, and me and him. Well, not recently. He's kind of like he's dealing with his personal stuff, but before then, with Brian LCS, we used to text each other like every day, like voice messages. All that's on IG. That's one thing I do like about IG is having that capability of like because the comments are great, like you said, but it's really the live interaction. Getting to chat with people like Naman and stuff like that, like or anybody, I think it's unique. I think it's dope.
I'm gonna plug my event now because you remind me. I don't have a live event too often. I think this will be my third one, March 5th. I'm celebrating that 100 sub thing, right? So 9 p.m. on March 5th. You guys show up. I'm gonna see if I could invite people on.
What day is that? What day is March 5th? Oh, that's the Batman. You got your premiere on the Batman.
Bro, on Saturday.
Is it on Saturday? Yeah. Is there a Batman movie day?
It's coming out on Friday, I think.
What's
Comes
Friday?
out on Friday. It's tomorrow.
What time is it? What time is it? 9 p.m. Gonna try 9 p.m. What is that? Eastern, Pacific?
Eastern time.
Eastern time?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there because
Yeah.
I got Spine Ticks on Saturday. Spine Ticks, like after 9 o'clock, that gets complicated. Like Freaky Louie started doing it at 9:30, and it's like I get to see like the first 10 minutes, and after that, I'm like,
yeah,
dang it,
Pacific time, Cali. So, yeah.
K. Sarah Sings, what's up? I was talking to her yesterday. We were talking about Archie Comics.
K. Sarah, is that what that is?
K, I think it's K. I hope it's K because in Spanish, that's how you say that's how you spell. I think so.
Is that a song? Is that a song?
K. Sarah Sings. I know, like when I looked at her YouTube, I know most of her stuff was singing stuff, but I don't know if that's maybe her name really is like Sarah Sings, and she's like because K in Spanish means
cool.
Isn't there a song K. Sarah, K. Sarah? Isn't there a song like that? K. Sarah, K. Sarah. I thought there was a song like that. Yeah. Well, she could answer.
Hey.
Hey. How do you pronounce Rafust? Rafust?
I always say Rafaus. Rafaus.
Oh, Cali Comics. I subbed up Cali Comics just a moment ago. So
I saw hip hop sub to you when you were talking earlier.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. He came in a couple of my lives. I thought surprised he wasn't subbed to me.
You know how
sometimes it happens because I know, like I remember like Comic Nut Bookworm. There was one time he was saying he was subbed to someone, and then all of a sudden when he checked back, they weren't subbed. I know that's happened to me. I think that's like something YouTube does or something like by accident.
What? No, YouTube does that on purpose. They want to prevent they are really against the sub for sub, and they are also against any bot trying to sub. So if there's no interaction between you and the video, and you just sub, then they will assume that that could be a bot, and then they will discount it as a sub. So for your sub to stick, you have to go watch the videos at least 15 seconds or more, and subscribe and comment to have really your subscription stick to that person. Otherwise, YouTube could take it and say that doesn't count. It could be a bot. It could be a bot. Or they don't like sub for sub either. If I sub and you sub right back, they'll take mine off, saying, "Hey, this is a sub for sub." So they have policy against sub for sub. So just letting you guys know. So
they said that song K. Sarah was a Doris Day song. That song you were talking about.
Yeah, K. Sarah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm talking about that song. Yeah, Doris Day.
Right. So you
Yeah.
said YouTube sucks for spreading the love. Like they get mad at us. But I mean, that's kind of like how we work because we're all like comic book fans, and like most all of us are all like once we find each other, we're all in touch with each other. So it kind of makes sense because that's what we're watching to begin with. So
I don't understand this sub for sub policy against it. I really don't, because whole point is, I mean, what do they expect? They will expect us to, every one of us, to have content where everybody's a fan of us. I mean, and we don't sub back to them and not communicate with them. The sub for sub idea is that we are communicating instead of we have a fan to content creator relationship. I don't want fans. I don't want to be your fan. I want to be a person that I could communicate with. I don't want to be.
you want fans. You don't want cheerleaders because cheerleaders you buy. Cheerleaders you buy, okay? Like that, they hire cheerleaders. Fans could, I mean, no, you want fans. Like
No,
there's a
I don't want to be a fan. I don't want to be a fan, for instance.
no,
Like,
I know what you're saying. No,
I don't want to be your fan. I want to be your friend, not your fan. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be your relationship, my relationship. You're the star, and I'm a fan. And I don't want to be where I'm the star and you're my fan. I mean, that's that's not a one out of these channels. I mean, you could there's nothing wrong wanting to have that stardom. I'm not saying that's bad. It's that just that's not for me. And a lot of times when I watch these small channels and they grow too big, and it becomes where I'm their fan, and like Jim was mentioning how chat just go across and you type something in there and you feel so insignificant when you're typing something there. And I don't want that relationship. I mean, yeah, I enjoy your content, and you made it sound like you're a very reachable person. You're a person that I could reach up to and talk and stuff. Then all of a sudden you became a star, and I cannot reach out to you anymore. Then I say, okay, well, then I just go to some other small channels where I could talk to the person. So that's how I feel about that relationship.
I agree though. But like touch on something else though, I still see each individual one of us as like kind of famous people, and I mean, like, cause I mean, like I am still a fan of like each individual creator that I watch on like a basis, or whether it's a one time or, I mean, because like. And that's like getting to meet some of y'all in person. It's gonna be like that. I mean, my reaction to like Hidden or Namen or hip hop or Cali Comics or whoever. It's gonna be like meeting a famous person, like meeting an idol. Not necessarily, maybe not actor or sports star status, but I mean somebody that I'm enjoying, like their content, their time, that kind of thing. So I mean, for me, that's there. But like, no, I 100% agree with you because I mean that's I love the little niche, like still being able to connect because it is like that, and it's like if you could, like you said, once you get like 100 people in the chat just like flows. I mean, there's other things you can do, but still, it gets tough, to actually. I mean, like think about it. If like 100 people ask you a question, every 5 or 10 seconds of the day, how many of those questions you have answered, kind of thing. And it's like, even though each individual question is just as important as the other one, still, I mean, it's sad to say people are going to be left out, kind of thing. Yeah. I'm a legend. Yeah. Scott, you are a legend. What you talking about?
Truman Show. I love the Truman Show.
Yeah.
I threw the link in there. I love the Truman Show. I threw the link in there. Callie was asking for the link. I think that's what he was asking for, right?
I think they're asking for my channel.
Or maybe he was asking for your link. All right, fine, Callie. No,
maybe. It's the first thing that comes up is when you search up Hidden Gem Comics, is right there.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I don't have that problem. Hidden comes up right away. And that's like calling Bookworm. I love channels like that because there are some channels like you type in their name and it's like you'll get like, are you looking for this one or are you looking for that one? It's like, no, I want that one.
My channel
there
is
was
pretty easy to find, right? My channel is pretty easy to find. I mean, it
I
comes
go
in
back into that. That's that the branding, and the branding is important. And I love like certain people's brand, like the ingenuity of our, channel names and stuff like Hidden Gem or Comic Bookworm or, I mean, I like the uniqueness of like everybody's like the Book Abyss and I mean. Like there's some hoarders hide, just, I mean, they all sound, uniquely cool and different. But it's funny, you think about it, we could all just easily be the comic collector number 1, 2, 3, 4.
that's why I say I might just say a comic bookworm. I'm not a D comic bookworm.
I
Just
think I would,
one of
Yeah.
few.
I would have preferred D. You know what I'm saying? I would
Yeah.
want you to be the comic book one. You know what I'm saying? We got to get you to that status. Maybe when you
You're
hit
gonna get me to that status? Okay,
that,
well,
that'll be what change. That'll be what changes. Is you'll become the comic book
yeah,
one.
okay. That's my goal then. Instead of
Jim
being
will
a
no
comic
longer,
bookworm, the
you know,
comic
hidden,
bookworm.
hidden gem will no longer just be hidden gem. It will be hidden gems. With the S.
Everybody calls me Hidden Gems, but like
I
that's not
say
even. I don't.
I say hidden gems, but I think it's just because like the pluralization as far as the person in the channel.
Oh yeah.
But I always say like I always call you hidden. Like usually when I'm talking about
Yeah.
live, because
Yeah.
first off I'm bad with names, so I don't want to fuck up someone's name. That's like Namen. Like I knew Namen's name like early on because I think everybody was like, "Hey, Namen," so I got his name early on. But like spell it in the chat, I wouldn't spell it in the chat for the longest time because I didn't want to like misspell it, and
Hmm.
I was like, nah, because people
I,
they take that.
I don't know. Is Jim okay? Hidden Jim?
Yeah, that's fine. Some people call me that.
Yeah,
He
okay.
gets all pissed. His camera goes all like he's all like motherfucker. He's all like that dude called me hidden gems. Bro, I get called Elvis. I get called Elvis. I get called Everly. I get called like, and the Everly thing I think is just like I think that's just this. But I
Oh,
get Elvis
evil.
all the
Okay, okay. I get the evil Mike. Okay, evil.
L or whatever. It's like.
Oh man.
I asked Freaky
Freaky
Louie.
Louie.
Freaky Louie.
Freaky
Freaky.
Louie. That's a good name.
I
That's a
love
good
Freaky
name.
Louie. Like
Me
when
too.
I mean, like you don't know how much enjoyment it goes off just from me saying Louis the way it's spelled because like
Louis.
I
Hey,
love like
Freaky.
like if anyone no freak not freaky. Don't say like freaky. He's not no, but you could. See, that's the fun part. It could be freaky Louis. That's what his wife says like every Saturday night. Ah, come on, freaky Louis.
Freaky Louie, I want to make a request. I want you to do what is it? Benny Hill. I want you to do Benny Hill on one of your skits, please. That's one of my requests. You know Benny Hill?
Yeah, I want Monty Python though. If I want him to tackle something, I'd want him to
No,
tackle Monty.
he just have that Benny Hill vibe to me. He just have that Benny Hill vibe to me. That's why.
He pulls off everything. I like honestly, and not to talk. Like I know we've already talked about it, but man, Freaky is just there's so much. So I mean, for me, honestly, and I'll be brutally honest with Louis, and
All
Louis is
right,
my
you
dude.
say yes.
Like, see, there you go. Request
All
taken.
right.
Nah, I think for me, Louis only has like honestly in all his shows, and I love all his different songs, all his different skits. But there's one show that was just, it was like it wasn't as good as the other ones. That's his drunken like history one. It was okay, but like all his other stuff, oh my God, I love all his songs. Like every single one of his songs. Like the, I think my favorite one has to be like the Fuji one that he did, but like the Kang, like. But one of my favorite skits, and I know I've told him the Lex Luthor, everything's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's definitely hands down like one of my favorite skits. But like he has that other one. It's I forget what it's called, and it has a name, I think. But it's the one where it's the Midtown Comics versus the smaller comic shop, and it's just like the two guys, and like one's in like the it's like I think it's a big TV. It's like one's a big TV and the other guy's like a salesman. And it's like the other guy's got like fancy songs. It's like, come on, chicken body, come on, do that. And the other guy's like, but it's just the two guys like competing against it. He's like, come and get your Midtown Comics. And the other guy's got this whole song and dance and shit. I love that. Just watching him do
One's
this.
selling newspaper out of his hand, basically.
Yeah. It's the one where he's got the bubble hands. You'll see it because the guy with the TV and he's got like, yeah, that's what it's called. It's called bring it on down to Comicville, and that's like the other shop is Comicville, and he's trying to get people to come to his shop versus the big shop. I love that skit.
Rufus, I already answered this one. I started at 12. I think 12 is when I started collecting comic books. What about you guys?
Started at 10.
I didn't even see that. I think for me it was like 8, somewhere in there. I don't know specifically, but I want to say it had to be like 8 or 9, somewhere in there. I know books. I know when I started reading novels, and then for me that was 8. So I want to say comics is somewhere like right around there.
Yeah, crazy.
Now, I mean, what's your favorite comic book hero?
It was a Superman. I mean, it still probably is Superman.
What's your favorite comic book villain?
Villain. Oh gosh.
I'll come back to you. Hidden Gem. What's your favorite comic book hero?
Oh boy, my favorite comic book hero.
It's
got to be
you
Incredible Hulk.
Okay. So Naman, villain.
I'm gonna say Dr. Octopus.
That's a good answer. I don't think I've ever heard anybody call out Dr. Octopus.
I like Dr.
that.
Octopus. Yeah,
I do like Dr. Octopus. He's a great villain, man.
Otto Octavius.
Right. Okay. So, and Louis got that perfect. That what is that? Lazy but brilliant. That clip with the Dr. Octopus. Okay, so Hidden Gem, what's your villain? If Hulk is your hero.
Oof. Hulk's my hero. Honestly, my favorite villain, comic book villain. We only go in comic book villains here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, comic. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, it's got to be probably Venom, most likely. I think he's probably my favorite comic book villain.
He has become sort of like anti-hero though, didn't he?
Yeah, now he is. But I mean, you could.
In the movies.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go back to his origin, I give him that.
What about
like
you, Mike?
Mine gets complicated. My favorite hero is definitely like Batman, and villain. I want to say my generic answer would be like Batman Who Laughs or the Joker, but if you had to like exclude those two, like I would have to say Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Nice. It's a good one.
I like Darkseid. I mean, I hate Darkseid. Isn't the villain whose point of villain is that you're supposed to hate him, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Either that or idolize the shit out of him because you both have the same, and it just says something about your character, I mean, like those people that says like the Thanos is right, guess what that says about you, No, but
Thanos is stupid. I'm sorry.
Okay, so round 2 of the questions.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna start with you, Hidden, since you reacted first. Why is Hulk your favorite hero?
I appreciate you for asking that question. Okay. So I think I've just loved Incredible Hulk for as long as I've known the Hulk. I've known him for a while and he's always been my favorite. Green was always my favorite color since I was like 3, I think, and I think eventually I just made the connection from green to Hulk.
Oh, Dr. Doom is good.
Oh yeah, and I've just always liked Incredible Hulk since I've been into comics. So,
give us some kind of time frame. What would have been the first time you saw the Incredible Hulk? What version was that?
Ooh.
Can you remember? Like, was it an animated? Was it from a movie, TV show? Do you even remember?
It probably had to be in the Avengers movie in 2012. I was actually 6 years old when I watched that. I watched that in theaters, and I remember because I was with my stepdad. He took me, and I fell asleep right at the Hulk part. And that's what he said. Like, it was when he turned into the Hulk and he was smashing buildings and stuff like that. And I fell asleep right then. And I think like we got out of the theater at like 10 p.m. I was 6 at the time, you know, so. But that was probably the first time I saw Hulk, or like I made the connection to him.
That's crazy. It goes back. You know, it's like you forget the time frame, but like how old that movie is now. That's crazy. You know, because like me, I'd have to say my first interaction with the Hulk would have been the 70s. You know, Lou Ferrigno, you know, is what I grew up with until we got, you know, like I think animated was really like, if I had to say like the reasons why I liked the Hulk was probably the animated, like what they showed us from there, because always the TV and the reverse, it's always like that. It's always just that struggle, you know, Bruce Banner versus the Hulk, like, and that gets old. It's like Batman from running from the cops. That gets old. Like, all right. So Naman, same question. Why is and what was, remind me on your hero again?
Superman.
I remember Dr.
Superman.
Well, Superman. I remember Dr. Octavius was your villain. Okay, so why Superman?
Superman. So when I was a little boy, Superman. I was in Korea, so only thing I knew about Superman was Superman. I even named my dog after Superman. Called him Super, and I didn't even know. I didn't know what Super meant either. I just took the first syllable and say, "That's my dog's name," and I named my dog Super. And all I know is that I remember reading a newspaper where this kid put a red cape on and jumped up his top of his roof and died. I remember news on that. So we knew about Superman, but we never seen comic book of Superman, movies of Superman. We never seen TV. Maybe a little blip in the TV, you know. So I never seen Superman. When I came to the United States, first comic book I got was Superman, because first of all, thinking about owning my own comic book, that concept was not in my reach when I was in Korea. Remember, I'm going from third world country, almost third world country at the time.
Yeah.
Korea is a really rich country right now, but back then it was just third world country, right?
Yeah.
Idea of you owning your own comic book was not a thing. You go and borrow it and read it and give it back to them, but never owning your own comic book. I come here and I just heard about this man in red cape and blue, whatever, you know. I heard about him. I saw the picture of him. I never thought I could just go to someplace and just buy a comic book of him and that be my own. That was like, wow, I could have my own Superman comic book. That's why it's sort of like a first love kind of thing. And the second reason is that I think Superman character story is really hard to tell because he does everything already. I mean, you talk about power creeps, you know, he already achieved all the power creep there is, right? And his story is really hard to tell, and you gotta really challenge yourself to tell a story with the Superman. So, I mean, there are a lot of bad stories out there about Superman, but to tell when Superman stories are good, it's really good because it's about him trying to how he can fit into a mortal society where he's like a god figure and trying to be a human being himself. I mean, I just like that. I think it's really hard story to tell, and when people do it right, I think Superman stories are great. I just love it. So
I agree.
So that's why I like Superman. And that childhood first love kind of thing is going to be hard to take it apart from me, you know. So yeah.
For me, mine's easy. The Batman thing. Batman. I know everybody has a different reason for liking Batman, but Batman for me is different. I mean, for one, he's a hero that always operated in the shadows, and I kind of dug that because it was like but another thing for Batman, it was everything that was like a tribute, like his greatest detective. Is that? Oh, I know what that is. Never mind.
What?
You probably don't. I think it's coming from you, hidden, but it sounds like a vacuum cleaner, or
There's like a heater in the back part of my room, so I'm in the basement, so like all of the appliances are in the back there.
that's
So
right.
yeah, that's
Because it was like the same sound we had heard before, and like that we couldn't. That's what that was before that we were hearing.
Oh, maybe it was probably a combination of that, and my little brother was in the tub too. It was like banging around and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so but it was like the combination of him being like the world greatest detective and then all these like martial arts and stuff like that. But there's like for me it was like as a kid, because flipping through the books was one thing, but once you got into the stories, it was like the whole detective thing going after like serial killers and stuff like that, because the whole villain side is fun and everything. But like I was always over like kind of on board with the whole detective side, the whole Sherlock Holmes, the this guy being able to, you know, figure out the impossible, that kind of thing. And that's why some of my favorite Batman stories are like, it's like the Long Halloween. It's the riddle that he could never solve, or stuff like that. And it's kind of goes back to the Superman thing. That's why I can kind of idolize that, because it's kind of like, how do you take the impossible and get the impossible to stop? What size rock does that take? Kind of thing. So I do enjoy. I mean, but for me and Batman, it's kind of what it was. The whole like nighttime thing, the working in the shadows, and then everything that was like attributed to him. It was like a regular guy that just had a specific set of skills. But now when you fell asleep.
No.
Oh, okay.
Am I breaking up?
No. First, yeah, that's what it looked like for a second. I was like, no, when you fall asleep.
No,
be the
I'm
way to
looking up
do it.
I'm looking up the screen. I'm looking up the screen.
And don't be offended now, because it's that soothing voice.
This is looking into camera. This is
No,
me
it was
looking at
like,
the monitor.
Okay.
I snore, so I fall asleep.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so follow-up question to the first one, but completely different. I'm gonna throw you off.
I'm gonna
So
reduce. I'm gonna bring my screen down so I don't look up too much.
No, I was messing with you. All right. So we're gonna go with you, Hidden Venom.
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna go into why you like him. That's what. No. Is there any hero or villain that has not come across Venom, and for some reason it irks you? Like you want them, you want to see this fight between them. Is there any hero or villain that and that in your recollection that has not come across your favorite villain, and you want that to happen?
Like everybody's met Venom before. There's like a Venomized version of like everybody, right? There's like a Venomized Hulk. There's a Venomized Wolverine. There's a Venomized everybody. There's a Venomized Gwen Stacy. Who thought that would how? I mean,
Why not?
Okay, well, I mean, it is still in the Spider-Man universe, so I guess, but like they're doing like Gwen everything. Like, do you seen the Gwen variants and stuff like that?
Yeah, but they've been doing that, because they did that with the Miles. They did that with the Captain America.
Yeah.
I think they're just the covers. They're not really like the characters inside the books. They're just like what ifs, kind of like that. I don't even know if those said shit. If those covers right there have legs to stand on in the spec world, like that's the first appearance of the Gwen Kitty Pride. Like, no, like that would get ridiculous if he. I mean, you're talking about that would change the whole cover by like. Oh god.
Yeah. That reminds me of like in X-Force #1, it was you would have a chance of buying one with a Deadpool card polybagged with it, and apparently that came before New Mutants '98, and some people say that card is the first appearance of Deadpool just because you have it and it came out before New Mutants '98.
That's why people go after that card.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I have two X-Forces, but neither one of mine have the Deadpool card. Mine has like, I think they have the team cards or something like that on it, which I'm fine with. I just like having the X-Force #1. But like, yeah, I know that's what, because I mean, technically, because Batman Who Laughs, technically that's how his first appearance and cameo works. Like, due to like distribution timing errors, like one comic drop before another. And there's a couple of comics that this happened to recently where it's like the cameo is supposed to come out before the first appearance, but for some reason the shipping and
Yeah.
distribution stuff got messed up. So I think it's like Batman Who Laughs. I think his first appearance was supposed to be in the casting in the metal, but and somehow it ended up being in that Teen Titans special book or whatever, like Teen Titans 12 or whatever that was. And it was like it was supposed to be during the regular series, but it released like a couple weeks earlier or some shit. Like it was the same thing like with Punchline's first appearance.
Wasn't the same with the X-Men? X-Men first appearance, X-Men Giant.
Oh yeah, with the because that it dropped right before what was the other book? The Planet Size. It was like Giants.
Whatever size it was, and they should appear in that first, but it got published later or printed later or whatever. I mean, whichever. I mean, one's supposed to be, but I don't remember how it goes, so I'm not going to act like I know.
Right there.
Hey.
Morbius and
I don't know. I have
I
no
don't
idea.
know. What's up, Chop? Happy new comic book day. My CBB. Rob Life feels me next. Okay, so now I'm the same thing. Doc Ock and because Hidden is kind of right, but like because there has been a Venomized like everything. So I'll give you that one.
Probably
I don't know if he's
like
I don't know if he's fought everybody though. Just because they become venomized,
Yeah.
like I don't know. But so Naman, Dr. Octopus, is there somebody that you've always wanted? Like, has there always been the Superman, fight versus Dr. Octopus that you have always wanted to happen that hasn't happened? I mean, that would be ridiculous. Dr. Octopus would just be dead in seconds, but I mean,
well, Dr. Octopus is smart enough to figure out kryptonite. But
the conversation, right? You think Dr. Octopus could take down Superman? Let's hear it. No.
no,
That'd be
no,
a stretch, man.
no. What the? I actually, when I was collecting comic books, I really didn't speak English when I first started collecting comic books. So I really didn't know what was going on in those comic books. I just watched
It was all the pictures.
pictures and all that stuff. But so the Dr. Octopus I'm going to explain is Dr. Octopus I saw in Spider-Man movie, in the first Spider-Man movie. What's the second one, right? Second one.
Second.
Yeah.
Alpha Malik.
Yeah. So I just like the concept of he seems like a most feasible super person to me. One of the arms and all that stuff, they're controlled by nanobites and all that.
He said Chucks is saying Hawk would kill Superman. He just Superman dead. It's just done. And look, Louis has a great like Doc Ock versus Omega Red.
They're
You
gonna,
talk about
they're gonna have to print another Superman 75 for that Doc Ock for Superman.
tentacle babies. Yeah, they will.
But I just like his how he could. I just think he's more feasible superpower, just like Iron Man to me, than more than a Batman. You're not gonna like this one, but Iron Man is a more feasible superhero than Batman. Batman is just a vigilante to me with a bunch of gadgets. He's not a super.
But what about Tony Stark? You minus the suit. What can he do?
No, that's what I'm saying. Tony Stark is also just another vigilante, but he has a better tech, right? I mean, so
I give you that. Tony's an inventor. He's the one building the suits.
They're both smart fellows, and they're both rich. So, and if what's his name cannot come out with it, I'm sure he could hire somebody to come out with it. For as Bruce Wayne is concerned, he should be able to come out with the tech that's invincible like Iron Man is. Rich as he is.
He got it. You know what? Batman's got like 1 million suits. Come on now.
Yeah, of course. Now he does, but
now he does.
Yeah.
No, even back then he had like the rainbow suits and he had like the zebra outfit. No, he's always had like Batman's always had like I think as soon as like artists figured out that they could draw Batman in different colors, they were like, oh, he's got different suits. No, but no, I agree. I mean, it's like I tell it to everybody on DC and Marvel. There's a flip side for every character. You know, I mean, there's a DC version of Batman, and there's a, you know, like a DC version of like Iron Man. I mean, they all have like they copy off each other.
Of
Like,
course, of course. But
um,
I think those two are very
no,
comparable to me because they are both
no, you know,
they're both smart, supposed to be, right?
you're
And
the first person I've ever heard compare Batman to Iron Man. Because to me,
Really?
because to me the closest one would be like Moon Knight and Batman. Like
uh,
Moon Knight, and
Jim
Batman are
have
like.
something to say against that, right, Jim?
Yeah, I always do those like who would win in a fight polls in my Friday night streams and stuff like that, or like stuff like that. And like I literally just did a Batman versus Iron Man one. Like,
Iron Man.
yeah.
Who won? Was it Iron Man?
I think I don't exactly remember. I did know that there was a clear winner. I think it might have been Iron Man, but I think Batman would win in a fight because he's better in hand-to-hand combat. I'm sure he could easily, and plus he's smart too, so he could easily probably be able to find out a way to, I don't know, like do something to the suit because really the suit is all Iron Man got. And
Well, I mean,
Batman's better.
if you got same kind of suit, like let's say Batman has his Superman Buster suit on, and
Yes.
Iron Man has his Hulkbuster suit on, and they both go at it, I'm sure Batman will win because he has a. I
Like
mean,
if you start them off with the equal platform like that, like
right.
equal kind of suits, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like no, because I mean, you think about it, like I mean, because I think that's the difference between the two. Like, and they are a good comparison. Because, like, I mean, the only thing missing from Batman will be the inventor side of it, and he's intelligent, but he's not really known as an inventor. He doesn't invent
But
anything, right?
he has a fleet of people that can invent shit for him, right?
He has Fox and Alfred, and it depends on what storylines. But usually it's somebody else that builds his tech. But like Iron Man, I mean, that's what he's known for is building the tech. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be a good like mix up. It was even back in the day, all the Marvel and DC crossovers that they did. They never had Batman versus Iron Man, which it kind of makes logical sense now. But they never went that route. Like they've done Batman versus like Spider-Man. They've done Batman versus Cap. The Batman versus Cap was so dope. It was like and
They
then
had a
that's a crazy
Batman versus Superman. I mean, no, Spider-Man versus Superman. Which
Superman. Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense because of
No.
Superman. But I could understand the
Well,
most
okay, that was like
iconic figure and most iconic figure of both sides, right? I mean,
Mhm.
at the time.
Well, that was like the Batman and Captain America thing. Like, I mean, you wouldn't figure it'd be a fair fight, a super soldier versus Batman, but it actually turned out to be like a draw in the fight where both. I was like, okay, like, yeah. I mean, it's the writers or whatever. They didn't want one to not shine over the other. But all right, Chop said
I said that
Iron
already,
Man.
Chop.
Iron Man would beat Batman and Batman's ass regardless. Stark has more money, more power, and way more better technology. Batman is just a guy with gadgets. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean,
and
like,
Batman don't have a lot of money now. He's broke, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if you just threw the two in a ring, like right now, like if so, Iron Man has his
Yeah.
suit, right? Let's say Batman doesn't, like Batman has his regular suit on with all his gadgets. Like,
No.
yeah. If you put him naked in a ring, no nothing, who's gonna win? Batman. He gonna
Yeah.
beat that ass. Yeah. Now what, Chop? What you got?
well, I do like Iron Man better than Batman. Let me just get that clear. But I mean, Batman way better in hand-to-hand combat than Iron Man easily. And I mean, what is Stark gonna do with more money than Batman in the ring? What is he like gonna throw a lot of
He's gonna
cash at
start a
Batman?
401k. That's what it means. He's
I
just
mean,
gonna start 500 and.
I mean, if you're talking like 15 minutes of prep time, then like Iron Man would win easily. But like,
You think Iron Man with 15 minutes?
he could probably come up with something.
Oh, that's true.
What would Batman be able to come with? Like, what would Batman
What
be
to
able to
fight
bring?
Iron Man? If you gave him 15 minutes prep time, that's Batman's like tagline. If you give him any kind of prep time,
Oh, there you go.
So like that's why I'm like that. Like I don't know, but I mean, but the hats off to both because I like Iron Man in full Iron Man mode. No, I don't. I mean, it would be like either that or like Bruce Wayne would just have to like come out of the box with like some game changing stuff. Because if it was like an ongoing fight, I think Iron Man would win it. But like, no, I mean I love these kind of conversations, but they're kind of hard.
Rufus, I agree that Iron Man was a B tier hero and Batman was always A tier hero. I agree with
That's
that.
right.
I agree
That's
with
right.
that. But when I was collecting comic, that was true, and that's why I'm sort of proud that I collected Iron Man because a lot of people didn't collect Iron Man at the time when I was collecting them.
Right. You're right, Chop. You're right, Chop. You brought it.
Stark money could just make Batman disappear. That's how it works.
Right.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
that's how it would work. You know, they
Is,
fight.
isn't,
Batman
isn't
would beat his
Batman pretty
ass.
rich too? Isn't Batman pretty rich?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh,
No, current for the past like year and a half, he's been broke. Batman. He's been
you know what?
living in.
I mean, Stark has been drunk. He has been drunk too. So if he's in a drunk state where
He's enamored. Yeah, like Batman don't do no drugs. He don't drink. He don't. You know, he's on his
And
A game.
also
Iron Man.
he does have weakness. That little chest piece he got. You know, if Batman can get to it, his
He
tech
knows
is
what
no
I'm
good.
talking about. The utility belt is no match for the suit. Nah, I think like honestly, and I'm a huge Batman fan, but with the tech with Tony, I
Stark
think
is
that's
a Hulk. Batman and Superman. What are you talking about?
Stark as a Hulk and Batman as a Robin. Now, how the hell is that? You already know that Robin will whoop the Hulk. Come on now. That's not even a question. Like Robin could take the Hulk. Come on now. No, Robin can't take the Hulk. What the fuck? Like who can take the Hulk?
Oh, I don't want to get into the Superman Hulk matchup.
Those are fun, and I've seen those. Like who would win out of the Superman, like versus One Punch Man, and versus like one of my favorite one is that 3-way between Superman, Hulk, and like One Punch Man. Have y'all seen that one?
Nope.
Bro, pull that up, hidden. Just
I
see
don't know
it.
what One Punch Man is.
YouTube's,
So
you like you search and just search for like Superman versus Hulk versus like One Punch.
Oh, okay.
See if it pulls up, and if we can share it, I'll play it or whatever. That's dope though. It's just a like short animated, but it's like a fight between like the three of them. But they're all kind of like equivalent. Like One Punch. Was that what you were saying?
Yeah, I'll share my screen. It's like 17 minutes long though.
You don't have to watch the whole thing. We can always like fast forward. I don't want to play the whole damn thing. It's too long.
Okay, I'll share my screen then.
Wolverine versus Deadpool. That's coming, baby. That's coming, and we already saw that in that crappy.
I even that was another poll that I did for a matchup. Who would win in a fight, Wolverine versus Deadpool? I think. Wait, I think maybe we did I think I did Deadpool versus.
In the Marvel Universe, Deadpool won.
Yeah, you gotta do the screen thing at the bottom. Okay. Oh wait, no, I gotta share the audio too. Shoot. Oh my gosh. It doesn't automatically share the audio, so annoying. Okay.
you have to click on it.
All right, there we go.
I don't remember if it's got like amazing audio or anything. So for those who don't know, that's One Punch. Superman versus Carnage. I'd say like fast forward, like because it's like a whole setup of a story. Like like fast forward, and it's where you can see like.
The clock hit.
Oh, here we go. Like right here.
Yeah, this is dope. The animators, and because they kind of did all three of them justice, like Superman, Hulk, and
Stop.
there's something. Because Hulk was gonna kill the dog or whatever.
How to the hero? Are you monster?
Naman, do you know One Punch Man?
No, I don't know.
Or Hidden, do you know One Punch Man?
I've heard of him.
Like the story behind One Punch Man is he's supposed to be he's never been able to hit somebody like more than one punch without them like I don't know, just material. Like, I mean, it's basically like a super powered up Hulk, as you can see. Like, but that's kind of like the whole like, well, who would win? You know, 'cause all three of them, Superman, Hulk, they're all kind of like just a strong type of guy. Yeah, I think this is just. I don't think Superman's in this one. There's like
Yeah.
either that or I think he shows up for a little bit. I don't remember him. But Saint Seiya is what he goes by One Punch Man. Well, One Punch Man. Like,
Yeah.
he's just about a guy that like he's looking. His whole struggle is he's looking. He really wants to fight someone, but the problem is he can't punch anybody more than one punch, or they just die.
Yeah.
He just hit
So
3
this-
punches.
Huh? Well, no, this is the first time. This would be the first time. That's why it's so cool. Like that's why like fans were kind of like happy about this because like I mean, look at what he did to the Hulk. Like in the anime One Punch, I mean everybody he goes up against, they take one punch and that's it. They did. But he's just like them where he's just as strong, just as very I mean, look, he's taking hits from the Hulk and he's not even taking damage.
Yeah.
And he does. You'll see his kind. And it's not like they're playing favoritism in this. Nope, they you know because they'll fuck him up just as much as they fuck the Hulk up.
Oh dang, that's pretty sweet.
This whole like I mean this is said for 17 minutes. This is definitely worth watching. And there's a third one. They have like a Wolverine and I can't remember. They have a couple different ones. I feel like it's intense.
That's pretty cool.
Because he keeps powering up. I think by this point, you know, One Punch has already killed him like 3 times, and he keeps regenerating and coming back, and each time it's all like. The whole town's gone.
Yeah. Man. Man, this thing goes on for like 10 minutes. Man.
This is the tornado right here, and you thought we were like at the midway. No, this is like the eye of the storm, the calm. Because now he's taking all the shit. He's getting pissed. Because at one point, that's the thing. That's another thing. He's so like he's set up to be this modest and carefree, like happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gone. Like, bro, could you imagine seeing this like Hollywood, like live big screen? Like, bro,
Oh man.
like that's what I'm waiting for is Hulk to have one of these type of Marvel like that's one of the things we're missing, and we almost got there with the Thanos fight and Captain Marvel and man. I want to fight like this where they're just like a whole city's gone, you know, one punch and another punch, like a whole another city's gone.
You guys watch Incredible? I mean, no, I was like Invincible. Is it Invincible?
Oh yeah,
No.
that's cool. You watch that, Naman?
Yeah, I enjoyed that show.
Oh yeah, Invincible was great.
Huh?
Invincible was good.
Yeah.
We need a second season already. It's crazy. It's just fan art, you know. It's just like a fan made this, you know.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, he broke his
Actually,
arm there.
yep. Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Right. He's like, damn it.
He's falling back.
Man versus Namor. Aquaman will tear it up. Namor's pretty ruthless though. Hashtag Rick.
Rigged. Rigged.
It's like 2 days later, he's still coming down.
Yeah. Going to another town to destroy.
Right. That's what they're doing. They're like, oh, gotta get rid of my army. Next is Houston. No. Everybody dies. That's the end of the world. That's who wins. Nobody wins if those two guys fight. That's the outcome of them. I like how he just like they really
Yeah.
show him like a piece of trash. Like he just hit the. It's like.
He's alive.
There he is. All that to get to the.
You're strong. You can kill me. You have to. He's back. I can't hold him much longer. Please.
I'm gonna turn it up. I can turn it up.
No, it's actually.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Again.
Let's fight again someday. Green Man.
But not today. I'm all beat up and broken.
Oh man, that's pretty cool.
That was dope. I can't believe I've never seen that. They have like crazy stuff like that. Like
Really?
yeah, of course it's all like fan fiction and stuff, but it's fun. You ever watch like has anybody ever watched like the rap battles and shit? Like
Oh
Abraham
yeah. Oh man.
Lincoln versus like Boba Fett, and you ever watch that shit?
Dude, I
And
love those. My favorite one has got to be Ghostbusters versus Mythbusters. That's definitely got to be the best one.
I don't know if I've seen that one. seen-
Ghostbusters. Mythbuster.
Mythbusters. I know I've seen like the Freddy Krueger one.
Oh,
I think
Freddy
it was like
Krueger versus Wolverine.
Yeah,
Or was-
it's rigged. It's rigged.
Mm. Yeah. That's what I got. Well, we're about to go on 4 hours. So I guess this
Oh
is
man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna head off. Guys.
that's a
that
good
was
time
fun.
to cut it off. Yeah, it was fun, man.
Yeah.
It really started off on Namen, man. It's great. Namen started fun, and that's what I love in conversation. Man. It's great.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, but
it was fun.
hell yeah, I think you know for y'all hopping on. Thank y'all for hopping on and chatting with me. Like I mean, even though
Yeah.
we've been chatting,
I knew
But,
I knew that once I joined, I'd never be able to leave.
get stuck in here. You know?
Yeah.
Good seeing you, Jim, again.
Yeah, you too.
I was at Jim's channel on a studio once, I think, but not on a live feed like
Oh yeah,
this.
backstage on the
Yeah,
Friday night
backstage,
stream.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were on a backstage, but not on the live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like after my Friday night streams with Dark Knight, I'll drop the link chat so people can come back and talk.
Oh, okay.
It's fun. Yeah.
All right. It was fun, guys. fun.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
See you
Everybody
guys
have a
at the chat room.
replay. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for
Yeah.
everybody that's been watching. You know, Chop, Mufaos.
Give them a like.
Bro,
Yeah.
you got 32 likes on this stream.
Oh
Right.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, see, they're listening, man. No, I don't know. All right, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.